Alright.
Okay.
Bro, his helmet the wrong shape. Like, I'm gonna start it off strong right now, just in this single frame.
Yeah.
Number one, it says 0 on his ammo counter when he clearly still got 3 bullets left in his fucking gun.
It does
And
say that,
also
doesn't
the
it?
Chief's helmet is completely the wrong shape and his armor looks wrong. Like, I've seen fucking cosplays by
Yeah.
fans that look better than this.
There's a problem here. These guys have really caused some issues.
I'll say the rest of his heads-up display looks great.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So starting off, these guys have not done well with what they're going on here. But this has got to be a clip from 343. But maybe it's not. Maybe they just screwed this up in the editing. All right. Let's give this a shot. I apologize, like I said, for ruining your day by bringing how bad Halo is now up. But you know, it's better than the TV show.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
is he gonna die? Who's this dude that just shot him? What are you talking about? He didn't shoot him. The Master Chief was gonna shoot him. Like what? What are you guys doing to Halo?
Hey, Robot.
That's the point.
We're live on
That's the point.
Right, you actually want to get to the point where the player goes, well, wait a minute, I've been this character for 3 games. They can't.
There's Marty, dude. Marty is
Cortana's our concern now, sir.
Marty knew what he was doing.
Is it more satisfying as a player to kill Guilty Spark yourself, or to see the Chief do it in cinematic?
On Twitch.
But as soon as you make that decision, you're taking that action away from the player.
Now Master Chief begins a deeply personal journey, questioning authority and searching for the truth.
There's no sense of heroic action if there's no real consequence.
It's amazing, like,
is Miranda coming across as strong enough?
Now.
Does the Arbiter
she's
have enough
fucking
vengeance
stupid in
built
Halo
up in
3.
him to really push that sword into truth?
You must be silent.
Halo 3 is where Bungie started getting lazy. Halo Reach is where they started ruining the franchise, and 343 has not gotten it right so far.
Just right there, it's so clear how much that Master Chief in the old days was a character vessel, and like we were playing the game through Chief. And 343 is like, no, we have to tell the story of Chief, like who the person is, and like a deeply personal
like, no,
journey.
like he's not even a fucking person. Like,
yeah, he's barely a person.
Yeah, like honestly, he stopped being a person like maybe a year into Spartan training.
Yeah, he had a pretty bad childhood too, right?
No, he had like a decent childhood, but that
is he just like a regular
point
kid?
is that doesn't fucking matter. Like that didn't shape him at all. Like
That's fair.
The entire shaping of him as a person happened through this Spartan program. Like he is nothing more than a weapon of the military.
So are you telling me that Master Chief does not need to go on a deeply personal journey questioning his loyalty to the UNSC and whether or not him and Cortana have something more important than than their original mission? What did you think about how in the show
honestly,
they
the way that I would
Cortana
like
into his head so that he can take his helmet off and still see her?
You know, actually, like I said, I haven't seen any of the show, but the way that you just described that actually sounds like what happened in the books. In the books, he had, like, when they first paired him with Cortana, they had to do, like, surgery to upgrade his neural interface in the back of his head.
Really?
So that he could just, he could just stick the chip into his fucking skull. And in the book, it's described as feeling like having cold mercury poured into his skull.
So you can't do that anymore? But I thought in the game, like on the Pillar of Autumn, he just sticks the chip right in his head. And it was almost like, oh, hey, what's up, Cortana? So that was something they've done before in the books.
Yeah.
That's what the books are for, basically, is exploring who Chief is. But even then, he's just still a big suit of armor that's just exceedingly lucky.
Honestly, yeah, really, the entirety of his characterization, like forming who he is as a person, is all explained in The Fall of Reach.
Right.
Which was the fucking prequel book, which Bungie fucking stepped on a lot. Because, you know, who needs a consistent timeline? Not me, that's who.
You know, it's just one of those things. Marty here. See, this also is like kind of important. They talk about the Arbiter and his journey. Because you know what? I was thinking about Halo 2. Like, I originally said, like, fuck Halo 2. But you were right. Story-wise, Halo 2 was dope. That was the one that was about the Arbiter, and when you like got to play as him and like his thing where the prophets turned on him, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty dope. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
and by the end, the Arbiter's
cool
like
shit.
an alien Master Chief.
Yeah. And then in Halo 3, like, he rocks up at the beginning of the game, and then he's your homie the whole time, which, like, you know, it feels better having played Halo 2 and, like, playing as him. And honestly, if they wanted to make a fucking compelling TV show, they could have, and they didn't want to do a goddamn ODST show, they could have made a really compelling political drama about him before he was the Arbiter.
That's true. They could have. They had so much opportunity. The problem is they didn't want any of that. They just wanted the recognizable shit so that everyone.
Yeah, they really just wanted to paste Halo onto whatever the fuck thing they were doing. Cough, cough, Halo Wars.
Adam from Your Movie Sucks described it as it's like they made a show for boomers who are like, oh, my grandson played Halo. I'll check this TV show out and see what it's all about. I think that might be where they were going. There's nothing in here for Halo fans except recognizable stuff being like crushed and made shittier.
Yeah, I was scrolling through Reddit earlier and I saw a post on our Halo that was like it was like a poster that was like Halo will be back like season 2 on Paramount Plus. It was just the caption on it was just like, this honestly feels like a threat more than anything else.
Seriously, it's probably got 2 or 3 seasons already confirmed past this one, and we're just doomed.
Oh god. How about don't speak such horrible things into existence, you motherfucker?
Okay, so then, did you know that in the TV show, to create the AI Cortana, they don't just scan the doctor's brain and then just go, hey, we have an AI version of it now. She creates a clone of herself and then uploads and kills that clone. Like,
yeah, no, that is actually accurate to the books.
That's accurate to the books? Okay, well.
Yeah, no, she made 20 clones of herself.
There you go, then.
And a bunch of them fucked up, and I think she made, like, 2 to 4 viable ones. I know there was... I don't know if Deja was based on her, but I know Kalmayo was.
Okay.
And Cortana was. And I want to say there was a third one.
Now, did she have a British accent?
The third one was the weapon.
Same voice as Cortana.
Kalmayo only appears in the books.
But the character of the Doctor and Cortana have the same voice, right?
I don't.
We never hear her speak in the game, though, do we?
No, we do. In Halo 4, you hear Halsey speak pretty extensively.
4. So is it the same voice actor?
No, because I don't think so anyway. So Halsey's significantly older and has had different life experiences. Like, they would sound different.
Because she made the clones when she was young, or what? Like, when did
they
she
were
make these
flash
clones? Like 40, 50
so they would have been
ago?
like, no, they would have been like, fucking 6 weeks old.
Well, that's interesting. So that's why I wanted to get your take, because you know a lot more of the deep Halo lore than I do.
But yeah, no, like the flash cloning her brain, and then like that's why she flash cloned her brain, is because the way that they make smart AI as opposed to dumb AI like Deja. Mm-hmm. Deja wasn't based on Halsey, but Kalmayo was, and Cortana was, and the weapon was.
Okay.
But the way that they make smart AI is to scan a human brain like in enough detail that it just destroys all the tissue.
Okay.
And basically just digitizes that
So then that's accurate to the books.
The AI won't have their memories. It actually goes into detail about it in a few of the books, where it's like the AI don't actually have memories of their like donor, I guess.
Okay.
But they have like imprints. Like the one that was in charge of the orbital elevators on Harvest.
Yeah.
Like the shipping through the elevators. Likened that to a pleasant feeling that her creator had enjoyed, or her donor had enjoyed, of like brushing her hair.
Interesting.
So like they have general feelings like that, but they don't have actual memories.
I see.
But it completely destroys all the tissue. So for the reason that Halsey did that was to create Cortana specifically for Operation Red Flag, because she was too fucking arrogant to admit that they needed somebody that wasn't her. They were like, she was like, they need an AI based on the best brain, and my brain is cooler than anyone else's brain.
Okay, well, that's kind of fun. At least it's characterization, right?
Yeah.
It's not just like, well, the script said. I thought this was interesting here, where they like say, like, you know, does he have enough built up in him?
Do it.
Is Miranda coming across as strong enough?
Now.
Does the Arbiter have enough vengeance built up in him to really push that sword into truth?
You must be silenced.
Like, because that's a big moment. And we're back to this guy's face again, sorry. But,
oh, no, you're good.
It's like a really big moment because it just gives you that, like, you work through the whole Halo 2 to get there.
Yeah. No, like you spend all of Halo 2, like, or at least half of Halo 2, playing as this guy, like getting betrayed, seeing things from his point of view, and then in Halo 3 you get to see the conclusion to that arc.
Right. And then you
so it
feel
actually
it.
Fucking means something.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, Truth, you son of a bitch. And it's funny that Truth is like a super good liar. And like he's like the best liar. And then what are the other ones?
Truth, Mercy, and Regret.
Mercy and Regret. Okay, and then Mercy is the one that always leads the war charge, right? Truth
that's
is kind
honestly
of the main...
usually Regret's usually the more war hungry. Truth is more of a manipulator, and Mercy was literally just a religious zealot.
Okay.
Like when they became prophets, it's because they accidentally woke up the monitor that was in charge of the Forerunner Dreadnought, and it like during the Harvest debacle, they accidentally woke that thing up. While Mercy, who was like he was the janitor essentially of the Forerunner Dreadnought. Truth and Regret like rocked up and accidentally woke up the thing, and it was like, hey, fuck you, that planet's full of reclaimers, I'm gonna go over there, and tried to like launch the Dreadnought out of high charity. So they essentially just hit it with a stick until it turned off.
Yeah.
And we're like, we can't let anyone know about this ever.
All right, you get to be Mercy now. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh shit, here comes 343.
Such a fucking meme.
The journey is the important part. The growth is the important part. And so really, where does he still need to go as a human?
The mediocre journey.
Where does he still need to go as a human?
You need to constantly remind
nowhere.
Nowhere. Missing that this thing is something.
Just let him fucking die.
After.
Yeah, I am him.
If it was just
it's
a straight, now go find her, here's a map.
He's a Doom guy.
People wouldn't care.
Chief, it's not safe.
Master Chief is human.
That's true too. Like you actually gave a shit at like every point. You're like, yeah, I want to find out what's going on. What is this ring?
He's a human with resilience.
The success of the story is we didn't pump a lot of time into figuring out who the
that
Master
Kiki
Chief
Wolf
was and why he was a ghost in his shell.
She always has. Her face looks like a mask
suit of armor
that does not move.
Her name is Wolfkill too.
Yeah.
So
she's terrifying.
She's out there killing and eating wolves. Her middle name is Eats.
Like, she's that kind of person where no matter what facial expression she's making, it does not extend to the eyes.
Oh, no. Yeah. Those, oh my god, that's so funny. I like have never thought of that exact description, but you're right. Like where their eyes just don't have any of their facial emotions. Yeah, she's got that going on. I don't know if I can replicate it. Oh my gosh. Ex Bungie next to listen to what he says about Master Chief here.
Of the story is we didn't pump a lot of time into figuring out who the Master Chief was and why he was a ghost in the shell. We thought he is a husk. He's a big green suit of armor that you move around.
There's something good about
goddamn right, Joseph.
To be a blank slate that helps each individual person connect to the character.
From the art
goddamn
process,
right, Marty.
Every time he talked, it was like shit you were saying out loud. Like, I'm gonna go get these guys. And she's like, I'm going to finish the fight. And you're like,
to give the brutes more depth, they need to have a history too. So I look at the brutes, I try to imagine what their home world is like. Maybe they're from a place
who gives
where
a shit?
Hammer ore and there's lava and magnetism. And I say, okay, well, how do I build a magnetized metallic lawnmower that's fun to drive and shoot people with?
Just run people. That was fun to run people over with.
Pause this. I have another thing to bitch about. Yet another rant.
Do it.
Fuck you, guy. The brute chopper was specifically explained to have been during the harvest, like when they first met the Covenant on Harvest. There was a peaceful like meeting that they tried to have with the brutes, where the brutes were like, because they had like used the lasers on their ship to carve a picture of the humans handing over the planet covered in the little reclaimer symbols to a brute. And the humans thought that it was a cantaloupe because Harvest was a breadbasket planet. And so they like have this peaceful meeting and they're trying to hand the brutes these fucking things. And one of the things that the brutes took from Harvest was their fucking harvesters.
Oh.
Those are human plows with guns attached.
That's a retcon. That's a retcon then.
No, genuinely, that's in a book written by Joseph Staten called Contact Harvest.
I know, but that clip was from Bungie developing the brutes in the very first game. So that means that the other story is actually an improvement on their lore. Which, again, the books existed to do, and we didn't get. That would have been an interesting-ass story to show for a TV show. I like that thought. That's actually really cool, because, like, yeah, all right, they're from a planet that has magnetism, and they use magnets for their wheel. Like, when you look at it, it's like, okay, cool. It's interesting from a character standpoint that they thought through. I like that they thought through, okay, where do the brutes come from? It's that whole thought of, like, what do they eat? When you see a civilization, you're like, what do they eat? If you look at Fallout 3, you have no fucking clue. There's never any food around. Nobody should be able to feed themselves.
No, everybody eats 200-year-old Salisbury steak.
But if you go to New Vegas, there are crops outside the
like
different
people
places.
are like having to deal with the repercussions of having to grow their food.
And that is such a huge difference in storytelling that you like thought about. So at least someone thought through the brutes before they put them in the game. I think that the writer thought it through way more and was like, nah, this is even cooler. Like they were just kind of having a peaceful meeting and then they took the humans harvesters. Yeah. So that's what those are? They just have the blades on them because they used them to chop down wheat and shit?
Yeah.
That's spectacular.
Yeah, they're plows, essentially.
If it had been time, space, form, matter.
Knights can phase in out of anywhere.
He's able to go where he needs to at any time.
The Mass Effect enemies?
Here are the brand new hooks to the sandbox.
The game to be interesting. Like the guys you're playing against have to be fun to play. Does the profile of the character create an interesting look from afar? Is it fun to shoot at him when he runs around?
That's one of those big things that like game developers talk about now, and they always talk about in like cons and conventions. Like, you know, Overwatch, what's his face used to talk about that all the time. Hi, it's Jeff from the Overwatch team. We wanted to make sure that all of our characters had really distinct profiles, you know, so that you could tell. Like, and they took that from Team Fortress 2, which made that a very big part of its character design, in that you could instantly tell exactly what character something is. You can instantly tell as soon as you see it. Like, that's a scout. Okay, that's a, you know. And even with the hats, that's why they only did hats, because it does throw off the outline a little bit. It throws off the silhouette a little bit, but generally just being a hat, you kind of get away with it.
Yeah.
I actually think maybe that's why they fucked up some of their lighting choices, was to accentuate the character outlines, just to cater to hats, so that they can put hats in the game.
Fuck. I almost managed to sneeze.
What?
Can I say something about, like, Master Chief then compared to Master Chief now?
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Well, my dad's not a very social person, and, like, he doesn't say much often, right? So, like, when Master Chief didn't say much, he could relate to him more, because he always said what was on his mind, but, like, just said what needed to be done, and that's it. Got the job done, hard grafter kind of style, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, Master Chief's lost that with adding these layers of unnecessary personality onto him.
Definitely. And
you know, so like,
yeah, but you don't understand. That's because of his emotional inhibitor chip.
Well, we wanted to tell a story that was our fan fiction, and so we made Chief the way we pictured him to be. And so now that's the way he is forever, instead of just allowing people to inhabit the character. And that's better.
Oh, you want to know something that really pissed me off? Is that I was like looking at articles, like news articles, and one of them was talking about that they brought in Soren, one of the much lesser known actual canon Spartan 2s.
Okay.
He was in one short story in Halo Evolutions. It was really fucking good. They ruined him in the TV show. They completely changed his character.
Oh no.
Because in the show he's like a fucking black marketeer or something. He's like a Spartan washout black marketeer.
Okay.
And his arm is like kind of crippled because of the augmentations, right? Oh my god. But in the short story, he like had massive rejection of the like the genetic therapies during augmentation, and like got hideously crippled. Like he had crab arm, and like
oh shit,
he was still just as strong as a regular Spartan 2 and like durable and shit. He was just hideously misshapen and like really fucked up.
Okay.
And so they like reassigned him to something else, like military intelligence.
But he's
like
still a Spartan.
a non-forward role, which is what they did with all the washouts. They basically just made them.
Does he have armor?
No. I don't know if he does in the show. I doubt it. But in the that's the thing. In the book, like they couldn't have made him armor. Like his body was too fucking broke,
just distended.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he got like fucking talked in. He got talked into stealing a Pelican by an insurrectionist deep cover operative that was like on the
base.
base.
I need you to steal this shit.
And he did it, and like got shot down, but they never found his body. And they were like,
one crab leg.
They're like, you know, oh well, like he's probably dead. And the trainer, the guy that trained all the Spartan 2s, like the head trainer guy, was like, no, he's fucking not. Like he's gone. We just better hope he doesn't show up again.
Like a U.S. Marshal situation. This river didn't kill him. He's out there.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I was just really upset that they had to bring in like a character that was really compelling and then just completely remove the reason he was compelling.
Yeah, for something so much more surface level. It's strange. I don't know.
See his limbs moving up and down because there's things jutting up from the sides.
The moment where all the Promethean effects really started to click the most was when we started showing the dissolve
like,
whenever
it's
you
just
kill a knife.
massive.
That was really when we started to feel, yes, this is something cool, this is something unique, and something that we haven't really seen.
To be fair,
you can have all the great graphics and all the different...
Let's just be real, though. I saw that dissolve effect in Jedi Academy like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When you shot people with the exterminator rifle.
I liked Warzone in Halo 5. Okay? Like, I genuinely, that was one of my favorite multiplayer modes they've ever had in Halo. I thought it was really cool. The story was hot dog shit.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. Like, you can like it, you're entitled to your opinion, but factually, very bad.
Just factually garbage.
Different characters and
I gotta get this figured out.
Weapons with amazing effects, but if you don't nail that 30 seconds, you're not gonna have a great game.
The sandbox is all of the characters and weapons and vehicles in the game and how they interact with each other through
these dudes were just sitting in a garage developing the first game.
Player control.
The art direction specifically for Halo 4 isn't about creating an emotional tone for Halo 4, it's about creating an emotional tone for every single moment and experience that the player needs to understand.
This is gorgeous.
Oh, great.
But this is an absolutely awful space to fight
I love
bad
this
guys
guy.
in.
Tell them to drop everything and recraft this.
This space needs to be fun before it's pretty.
Every mission has its own feeling, and you don't just get that sense of, oh, I'm going from room to room and just killing more guys.
We tried coming up with this perfect mix of stuff that was still relatable. You would still identify a weapon as a rifle or a shotgun or a submachine gun, even though they're almost magical.
It was really getting hard to add new weapons.
So they're spending all this time developing these new weapons and stuff for the
like
Prometheans.
Have a weapon that is a clone.
Bungie's sitting here like,
direction
why
that
are
we took
weapons
is
in the game?
We've added a new set of really powerful weapons that you don't really keep for a long time.
The Forerunner Scattershot was probably the first one where we really nailed the design on it. Everybody loves the hinge action shotgun.
The basic design for a weapon needs to be fun to shoot and fun to be shot at.
Yeah.
Weapon skins. People love Magnum skins.
It's almost like you shouldn't be designing your weapons around. There needs to be one shotgun and one carbine for each fucking race. Like, no, that's stupid, Doug. Like, the Forerunners would have different kinds of weapons than us. Like, once you're that advanced, once you're advanced to the level of fucking neural physics, like, yeah, you're gonna have weird guns.
Nah, man. Everyone's
Beyond,
got a burst
they
rifle.
shoot light bullets.
Everyone's got an assault rifle. Everyone's got a... It's so dumb. You're right.
Like, oh yeah, we got a fucking light bullet shotgun. Very nice, guys. Super smart game design.
Seriously. It makes you feel like Fortnite, but you're just playing Halo.
Yeah, seriously.
This is really telling here of 343.
Arena starts. We see a very clear need there.
We also have ways for.
Look what the.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I'll give him the fair one on this one. I do like a lot of the 343 armor designs.
Okay, armor designs. What do they do in Infinite, dude? Why would they do that to us? Where there's armor cores and you can't use anything
Actually,
together.
I think they're pretty much removing most of the armor core mechanics.
Thank God. Yeah, they need to get rid of that.
It's something about that. I don't know. I need to look into it further, but I definitely read something about like they're severely cutting back on the restrictions at least.
Dude, I would reinstall that game if it was fun to play again, and like armor that you earned could just be intermixed, and everyone just could be a different looking Spartan. That'd be great.
Yeah, I just really don't want to have to play the fucking events, dude.
Oh, what do they have the events now? Are they like different?
I mean, the
modes?
event armor cores for this one are super cool. So you know how they do those fracture events, where like the first one was an MCC, they did the fracture ones with the ancient Roman stuff and like fantasy armor, and then they did the samurai one in Infinite.
Yeah.
This one is like World War II themed. It's like trench warfare. Like 100% trench combat.
Wait, is
like
this the one
gas masks?
Yeah, where they have the World War I German helmet?
Yeah. You can have a legitimate, yeah, you can have an actual fucking Jinro helmet on your Spartan. Like, yes, please.
I love it. Something about this guy's hair just makes me trust him.
For them to paint different parts of the water parameters.
And then the engineer looks at it and goes, oh wow, I never thought you'd be doing something like that with my system. But that's so cool looking that I want to make a better system for you to do that.
It's pretty obvious to us when we start working on these maps that they have to be fun for the 100th and the 200th and the 1000th time.
We knew we wanted to expand the audience as far as we could, but still satisfy the core as much as possible. We had to break everything down to line-by-line evaluation of our current scripts and redefine that core loop to not make it like Halo 2 or like Halo 3 or something in the middle, but make it
Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
That's fucking harsh.
Oof. Fucking got him.
Yeah, man. That was the jugular.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Gonna need some ice for that burn.
That's brutal. We didn't want to make something like Halo 2 or Halo 3. We wanted to make something like Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Jesus.
Oh my god, that's savage.
And there are people
Super
that just
true,
feel like
though.
Sprint has no place in Halo. And so for us, it was
You're
about how do
fucking
we
right, it
balance that?
doesn't.
How do we counter that?
Eat shit, loser.
Seriously, dude.
Every weapon now has a zoom in, holographic
Ugh,
image. comes
why?
out, slick.
Oh,
Helps me with some
because
types
the
of weapons,
fucking assault
especially
rifle that
rapid-fire
just
weapons in my case.
absolutely vomits ammo should be able
You
to
have a situation
zoom,
which is
right?
very common. Two guys get into a fight.
Oh, this
Never
There is
mind the
mix
fact that the
up.
thing is supposed to climb at a rate fucking nearing the Challenger. Like, come on.
For real, it's such a break of the loop introduced of like, okay, this is the machine gun for close range. You want a battle rifle? You want to shoot things long range? You want a pistol? You can zoom in a little bit. You can have the elite weapons are pretty good for stuff like this. You have the needler. You have all these good things. And then they're like, nah, everything has a scope now.
For real, that's one of the things that I really dislike is that they actually changed the assault rifle into being like they
what?
should have
What is
kept it as it was in Halo 1, where it was just a bullet hose that would climb like the straight up into the fucking sky. But
you had to just
if you could keep it on target or fire in bursts, it did an absurd amount of damage.
And then by Halo 3, it doesn't move.
Yeah.
You just
well,
dump
in
the whole
Infinite,
clip.
it's legitimately like an M4. Like,
Yeah.
you can keep that thing on target no fucking problem, and it's accurate out to a stupid distance.
It's almost questionable replacing it in Infinite, which is weird considering it's your spawn weapon. Maybe they should
that's
give you a
the
different
thing. Like,
spawn
they
weapon.
finally made the assault rifle viable to keep.
Yeah.
Like, I'll pass up a shotgun to keep my AR.
Right. Because you're just like,
Which is a really weird and huge change to the just basic formula of the gameplay.
Yeah, and I feel like it made
not a
the
good
assault
change.
rifle way better than the shotgun. Just because you can outrange it and outdamage it, and the shotgun doesn't really have anything unless you fully surprise someone.
The shotgun in Infinite's hot garbage anyway.
That happened to me in Fortnite the other day. This guy was hiding behind a door, but he missed his shotgun shot, and I didn't miss my ranger shot, so all I had to do was hit him one more time. He waited a good 2 minutes while I was running around that house,
Get into
though.
a fight. Is there a way to mix that up?
Say you start getting hit by a battle rifle from behind. Let's say you have a bubble shield, you drop it, all of a sudden you're completely shielded from this guy who's firing on you. Or you have a trip mine and you realize a warthog is barreling towards you. You deploy the trip mine at the last second. And yes, you die, but you take out those damn bastards that just ran you over.
Competition.
Competitive as possible.
Very competitive.
Really competitive.
Competitive?
Competitive.
What was Elon Musk doing there? Did you see that?
Oh, you're opening up
Yeah.
a pack.
Animating. Someone make sound effects.
Oh, good.
Mongoose, Needler, Ghost, Fuel Rod Cannon.
Yes.
All the details are
I
in.
love it. That's fantastic.
Gotta
All
get
of the
those
wiring
loot
in the house
boxes.
runs into one room and into a pair of switches and then goes out again.
Oh my!
what it comes down to is getting together with people and being able to yell at them, being able to like reflect on the
100%.
Jump up and scream and throw your controller
Dude, the amount of
down.
shit talking we did to each other at that victory screen, we'd see the kill death. Kids today couldn't handle that.
You can get close to somebody in a game.
Oh, proximity voice was gangster.
It was really amazing.
Oh,
for the first time when there were
Everything
a bunch of people
about this was so
online
much
and
fun, dude.
Just press the
Proximity
button that says,
voice
"I wanna
really
play," go
should
find
be a
some other
thing in
people wanna
games
play,
again.
and
I understand fully why they removed it.
No.
Like 100%. It's because you would get close to somebody and you'd kill them and they'd call you the fucking gamer word. But like,
who cares, dude?
Who gives a shit? Let them call me the gamer word.
Cut them off. Once you're dead, you can't talk to living players. But living players can be heard by all. That sounds perfect. No problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
well,
then
then you get
everyone
the issue
just
of like, I killed you, now I'm gonna call you the gamer word.
Dude. Yeah, but who cares?
I mean, yeah, again, it goes back to the same point of who gives a shit.
I mean, they could walk up and say, "There's no heaven," and then kill you. I mean, is anything? Is it worse? Is it better? I don't know. It's just...
Oh no, dude! I would 100% just be memeing on people. Just like
what's
kill
wrong with
somebody,
that,
crouch
though?
on top of their body, and then loudly rip a bong into the mic. Like, come on, dude.
Yes. See, that's Fortnite is so close. It's just made for kids, so they don't have it. But an adult version of a game like that, like Halo, where you could get together and do that. Oh my gosh! Doesn't Tarkov have?
I don't know. I don't play Tarkov.
There's a game out there that streamers play that has it, and I think that big dude, what's his name, Dr. Disrespect has plays it a lot, and he just talks about trolling people with the voice all the time, and I'm like, dude, that's why I love that you can start come out, and they have to listen to you taunting them.
Yeah, no, 100%. I want to be able to tell people like, get back here, you fucking coward.
What game did that really well? And like you could hear the other team, like you could, if you were transmitting like and they were close, they could overhear your communications, but you needed to communicate with your team to try to like coordinate. It was before like Discord took over because everyone left the game to then go to Discord to cheat the system. What was that? I can't remember the game. Doesn't matter. But man, that was a good system.
Choose a game type, it's pretty cool, and just stick me in it as fast as you can, and to have that process.
Yeah, the
happen
games
in,
just
like,
launch
5
so
seconds.
fast.
Halo 2 Anniversary will contain the original Halo 2 multiplayer exactly as it shipped 10 years ago.
Lies.
Oof.
Take the things that we love about the Halo scores that have come before and try to put that into it, but then also add in the things that really excite us, so we create something that's really honest.
As intimidating it is to follow
Marty,
Marty's
dude.
scores.
That should be fucking intimidating to follow the single greatest video game soundtrack of all time.
Yeah, what can you do?
I'm thinking, is this anything? Is this idea going to be interesting to anybody?
Look at him back there. I love it.
You have these whole series of self-doubts. And then there comes a point where I get over the hump. Like I add some instrument or I play some melody and it's like, oh, okay. That's what this was meant to be.
Marty's pretty amazing. Marty makes
that music.
Pretty much everything we do twice as good, and that makes me really angry because he's just about the only individual who has.
Bro,
that
it gives
level
me
of
chills every
contribution
time.
To the team, but I would never.
Serious, the music always hits me.
Yeah. There are very, very few pieces of music that can do that, but the Halo theme absolutely will give me chills every time I hear it.
You can't stick it.
Oh, you're on.
What was that? Something for the fans.
I like that.
That's for the
little glowy.
That's for the really hardcore, like German press corps.
Let's move.
Oh God, I kind of love these really cringy fake teamwork multiplayer dens.
Is called, but your passage is denied.
Epic worlds, epic battles, epic scale.
This is the biggest and most ambitious Halo campaign yet. What you're about to see is a giant leap for Halo multiplayer, and it's playable here at E3.
Actually, like I said, it did have
Halo 5 has arrived.
After E3, instead of being able to jump into all of our levels and go
Wow.
into it,
A
we're
promo for
still
the Halo
trying to
TV
figure
show
out
that far
where
back.
we're going
Wow.
and what the
They could have,
quality
man.
bar is going to be.
Could have made a
Because
fucking
right now,
ODST show.
the game is not
I will
fun.
never stop.
Dude, and that's the thing. They would have had
We are
almost
those
infinite
cynical
stories they
people.
could
Like,
tell.
we are the jaded crowd who, if a game doesn't entertain us in 5 minutes, we stop playing it.
As we design these things, we put together the best plan. I look at the changes that we're making, and it really feels like we're making a sequel to Halo 3. And that's exactly what we're setting out to do.
If you somehow believe that what you're doing
How
is
dare you?
the greatest thing ever all the time, it's absolutely not going to be the greatest thing ever.
We write the first draft of the script, but it's not great.
I didn't see any shape to this story. Nothing happy, nothing sad, nothing intense.
I'm sitting here day in and day out working on the
This is
cinematics.
so, like,
And every scene that I make, there's this
important.
voice in the back of my head saying, what is keeping the player from skipping this? What's keeping the player from hitting a button and just going right to the end?
Ultimately, it's involving the player and making the player really feel that they're in this story.
You want to establish that this is something a little bit more important.
The story that we're trying to tell.
Do you see what he's talking about there? Where, like, a lot of games, Xenosaga, to talk about one that has cutscene after fucking cutscene. And I still like the game, but oh my gosh, it is cutscene heavy. Halo 1, 2, and 3, if there was a cutscene, it was usually something that was like something big was going on. Like, you want to see this. And
Yeah, that's the
think
thing.
that
Like,
attitude-
I've played so much Halo 2 campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking many times, dude. I've played through that campaign enough times that whenever I play through it, I can recite literally every line of dialogue alongside the character, right?
Yeah.
I still don't skip the cutscenes. Like, any of them. Like, they're, fucking 2 and 3 minute long cutscenes, and I'll just still watch them with rapt attention. Because, goddamn, they're good.
Because there's something there. You know, there's characters that you want to know about. There's things going on.
Exactly. One moment.
Sure. But yeah, I think that's a big part of... To me personally, I think that's something that just gets overlooked in so many games now. You know, why am I looking at this? I'm going to replay that while we wait for Captain
Draft
Elbows
of
to
the
come
script,
back.
But it's not great.
I didn't see
Good
any shape
morning,
to
folks.
this story. Nothing happy,
Hey, good
nothing
morning.
sad, nothing
Just so you know, we're finishing
I'm
a
sitting
reaction
here
video to this
day in and day out
Bungie
working on the
versus
cinematics.
343.
And every scene that
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Oh, true. Hello, Internet.
Welcome, welcome. We're almost to the end of the video, but please feel free to add any comments. Just, I figured Elbows is the Halo lore expert, so I wanted to get his opinions.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I feel like at this point, both of them should just commit suicide.
What, Halo and Bungie? Well, Bungie doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, it became 343. It got bought by Microsoft and then morphed into 343. And I don't remember whether they closed Bungie or they bought back the rights to it and separated, and 343 kept Halo going. I forget exactly what happened, but there was some stuff. But basically,
Man,
343 can go to hell because they screwed over Marty O'Donnell, and that's not okay.
Yeah, fair. Fair. I live under a rock, so my opinions are fucking nonsense anyway.
That's not true.
But I thought that Bungie went off and did that fucking Anthem game. And then they kind of dropped off the fucking face of the world.
Who does Destiny?
Destiny. Oh, yeah, Destiny was Bungie.
So yeah, Bungie they reacquired their rights and separated from Microsoft to do their own thing. Or you know what? Elbows will know. I'll ask him. I could Google it, but I'm not going to. Because Elbows will just know. Hey, dude, I got a question for you. Bungie and 343, they split at Microsoft, and now Bungie oversees development of its own games, or Bungie bought back the rights and separated from Microsoft entirely?
To what, Halo?
Well, because who does Destiny? That's Bungie, right?
Yeah, that was after the split.
Yeah, so Bungie got acquired by Microsoft and then split back off to do Destiny?
Yeah, they
Okay.
got acquired by Microsoft, and then I think Microsoft sold them to Activision.
Oh, okay. And then 343 was the Halo development crew that they kept on at Microsoft.
Yeah.
Got it. So it's pretty close to what I was saying there, Mr. Human.
Yeah.
But we were just going through this last bit about how, like, when these were designing cutscenes for Halo, like the first 3 games, the thought was always, why is this here? Like, why are we watching this cutscene? Why don't I just push A and skip it? And so, like, if you're going to put one in, make it something that no one is going to go
want to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh shit, what's going to happen with the Arbiter?
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I couldn't possibly.
Instead of stopping halfway through a game to have a quick fucking wank.
And just as importantly, at the beginning, they talk about how very important decisions in the story shouldn't be in cutscenes. That is it more meaningful, or will they discuss it? Is it more meaningful as a player to actually pull that trigger yourself? Like Guilty Spark as a reference, to shoot Guilty Spark, to make that decision of, do I do it or not? You actually just aim the gun and shoot him. And if you don't do it, you don't do it. And that is much more impactful to the player from a psychological perspective than just showing them, oh, hey, look, this is where Master Chief shoots Guilty Spark, and now you're fighting.
Yeah.
I think that's important. And then they also thought about the cutscenes. What's up?
I was listening to Josh Strife Hayes on YouTube, and they were talking about I forget what video it was. But he was talking about the difference between a passion-led project and what he called a science-led project, and the difference between emotion and art and what is on paper profitable. And it's very much along the lines of what he was talking about, where like when you're going by the numbers, you don't ask yourself really important questions about motivations. Like your personal motivations for putting something into the game. Like you never question yourself.
Good point. I also just noticed something here. There's seems to be something very important that the Bungie guys were utilizing for their creative method. That I don't think is allowed at 343. The Office.
A fancy looking bottle too.
Yeah, nice little bottle.
Either not allowed or required.
Well, that they got in trouble for that at Blizzard.
What's keeping the player
Oh
from
wait,
hitting a
Yeah,
button?
that's because they were getting drunk and pinching girls on the ass.
It's involving
They're a little different.
And
I mean,
self-control issues at Blizzard.
If you can't pinch girls in the ass, why have them around the office?
want
I'm
to
kidding.
establish
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
The story that we're trying to tell has higher stakes. Whether we can do that,
We're gonna
Essay on
change
the
my name.
highway with this man.
Now my name's Cassidy.
This is Spartan 117.
Ah.
Can anyone hear me? Over.
Well, we had such a great ending to Halo 2 where Master Chief said, I want to finish the fight.
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
Fucking right.
We want this to be the Return of the King. We want this to be the final
good.
chapter in
So
an
good.
epic trilogy.
Ah, I love it.
I wish it had been. I wish it was just like that was it.
This is the end of our trilogy.
Man, remember
honestly,
the live action
This is gonna
commercials
be
for that?
The end of the story.
Like Landfall.
Oh yeah, it was all slow motion. Like,
Yeah, and they had all the
There it is.
that like that one. They're like series of commercials with the whole fucking museum of the Covenant War.
Dude.
God damn, those were good.
Yeah, they were really
This is going to be
Like the
the
Bungie
best
era.
character besides Master Chief, the Sergeant, isn't even in the TV show.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well,
Isn't
you
he,
know
like-
what? That's fine because it means they're not fucking him up.
Isn't it canon that he's a fucking Spartan of some description, or not quite a Spartan, but like a
He was a
transhuman?
he was a Spartan 1.
He was a Spartan 1 of it. Dude.
That's actually why he's immune to the flood.
Oh, true. That's neat.
Was because the Spartan 1 augmentations for the Orion program were because it like when he was in it, it was called the Orion program, and then when they started the Spartan 2 program, they renamed it. They called it Spartan 2 to like sort of carry over the Orion project, but not really.
Yes, the Spartan 2 program.
But like the weird genetic bullshit that they did to the Orion candidates who were adults when they did all the augmentations.
Whoa. I think we all learned from the Thunder Warriors program that you don't superhuman adults.
Yeah,
you gotta snatch them young.
That was Shinji's problem the whole time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it kind of goofed him up pretty bad, and like the reason that he's immune to the flood is like one of the side effects is that it just scrambled the living shit out of his nervous system.
So they can't
the
interact.
Flood just can't. Yeah, the flood just can't comprehend what he is.
I love it.
Give him
Like
the
he
old
got hit with an
razzle-dazzle.
infection form, and the infection form was basically just like, "Excuse me, what? Gross."
So what I'm hearing is that he is the biological equivalent of Echaf.
Oh my gosh, hi Fred.
Are we talking about this?
They're my family. Take me. Take me.
Yeah, literally that.
Am I ready?
They're so mad. Bryce! Is Fred coming in? I hope so, man. Oh, he's chatting. My dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I love it.
It bugs me.
We got to get him in here one of these days when he's not working.
It bugs me that companies don't let stuff go anymore.
Ever.
Yeah, it's just like, and then there's stuff, right, like Armored Core, where you've been doing a year by year for so long, and then they're like, nah, cut it.
Like, nah. Sorry, guys.
Like, nah.
Oh, that shit you like? Nah. Cut that shit.
None of that.
None of that. We'll be having none of that, please. Can you get
Bro,
that
why the
F out of here?
fuck does Popeyes always
Strike
taste
it from
like
the
jail food? God damn.
You know, there's a reason
It's
for that.
Louisiana food. It's Louisiana food, dude. What did you expect? That's all they know. Swamps and prisons.
I don't understand how their mashed potatoes are simultaneously too lumpy for me to enjoy and also taste like water. And feel like water. Like,
honestly, their potatoes are kind of a crime. Like, KFC's potatoes are good. Boston Market's potatoes are dope. But when you fuck around with Popeyes, you're not happy about the mashed potatoes ever. I don't believe anyone that says they are.
yeah, man.
You guys
Popeyes
want to
kinda
dip
garbage.
into some 2015 cringe here as hard as possible?
Oh, hell yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go.
Bro, this was a legendary Game Awards. Almost
Game
as good as
Awards.
2017. 2017. Wait, hang on a second. 2017 might be the best one. Let's do 2017 because it has my favorite clip in it of the Sub-Zero.
How are you? Good to see you. Gibbs?
Gentlemen.
Oh God, I have that shirt as a T-shirt, by the way, as a tank top, the Goku Black one. Used to wear it to the gym, but now everyone wears Dragon Ball to the gym, so I can't do it anymore.
The most powerful console ever
Tragedy.
made. More powerful
You'll have to
than
start
any
wearing
other
One Punch
console
Man.
on every dimension.
Or fucking
12 gigabytes
the
of
boxing one.
DDR5 memory.
Nah, dog, just wear nothing.
Gigabytes per second.
Yeah, show up completely naked.
Yeah, everybody
in
knows
olive
you gotta
oil.
you gotta exercise nude.
Let's see what this monster can do. You know, you got in trouble for saying that at Blizzard now.
Yeah, that's because he had his cock in his hand.
Yeah, they pulled the old Louis C.K.
Yeah.
But they didn't ask permission first. That was the problem. So they
Oh,
had
were
to
they
change McCree's name.
gingers?
So this is how they demonstrate the 4K of their Xbox. Let's look at Minecraft.
Playing Minecraft.
The first version of the game in 4K.
Yeah,
I was
man.
Blown away.
There's no power.
See, that
greater
alone,
than
that's
X.
high tier cringe.
The most
Like,
powerful
what are you fucking
console
thinking,
ever
you
made.
dipshit?
The most powerful console ever.
Okay. And coming for
Why is there a
Xbox
Porsche
One
on the
X
stage?
launch
They giving
in
away a
Bro,
Porsche?
no.
So tell us a bit about how your team
These,
stands.
dude, 2017 game. This
no,
game
I-
never happened.
On One X?
I don't
30
think
frames.
that's
Oh,
a Porsche.
tragedy.
That's 2017.
The world's
That was
most powerful
probably
console
the
at
announcement
$499.
car for one of the Forza games.
All of your
Oh,
Xbox
yeah, for
One
sure.
accessories and
I think it's
games will
probably
work
a
with
McLaren.
Xbox One X.
All right.
The Xbox One X.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
A place of adventure.
What was the name of that game?
Wonderment. But
The
above
one that never
all
happened,
else,
that everyone was super
Crackdown.
hyped for. Yeah, Crackdown.
Let's
Thank
start
you.
our tour of Bethesda Land with 2 VR games.
That's a fucking
coming out this
tragedy.
year.
That game should have been dope.
You ready?
Oh, dude, they even tried to remake it with
Take a
Terry
look.
Crews, and it still didn't come
a
out.
full-length open-world game
Man,
with
that's a
near
tragedy.
limitless
Did you guys ever hear of the game
content
called
available
Two
in VR.
Wait, this is a new VR game?
Sure will be exciting to play Fallout 4 in VR.
No.
Plus,
There was a
Doom
game
VR.
called
It's funny that game announcements are a joke. Like, it's
Yeah.
not even the games.
What's next?
Like, they're
Did
so
you know
shitty
that
now.
Bethesda's first PC user mods in
No, I remember,
2002
like, a
were
little
for the
bit
Elder
about
Scrolls 3
Two-Human.
Morrowind.
Yeah.
15 years
The
later,
fucking
Bethesda continues to support the mod
cursed.
community. And we're just getting
Absolutely
started.
cursed game. Should have been really good.
It feels like somebody wants to sell me something.
I told you he was on to us.
This is fucking Todd Howard, dude.
Introducing Creation Club. New weapons.
This was Creation Club
New
here.
armor.
This is the
Using
worst
Creation
armor
Club
year.
is easy. Browse the
Oh
selection
my
in-game by
God.
category.
There it is.
Use credits to download right there. Creation Club content is made by Bethesda Game Studios and the very best community creators.
I'm dying on the inside, dude.
How can we make the gaming experience?
I've been telling
as
people for
immersive as
years now, Canada is way more evil than we give them credit for, and Todd Howard is proof of it. He's sneaky, he's dumb, he's short-sighted, straight up evil.
Oh,
Classic villain archetype.
I'm dying on the inside. How true is that?
Dude, he really is a villain.
Todd
Like,
Howard.
you watch that fucking trailer for Prey 2, and then read what Bethesda did to that studio, and you tell me Todd Howard is not villainous?
Oh, dude. Todd Howard, man. The thing is, I don't know what to think because he just releases mod platforms in different eras. Like, here's a Wasteland mod game, here's a fantasy mod game, and now here's a space mod game. They're not games anymore. They're just platforms for mods.
Yeah, like here's a really cool fucking creation engine kit that
Yeah.
happens to be with space assets this time instead of fucking smashed up 50s assets or fucking fantasy assets.
Remember playing Quake 3 and developing mods for the original Fallout? Well, good news. Creation Kit's still around, so you can develop mods in the same methods you did all those years ago when we first released Skyrim 20 years ago.
Dude, for real. They're just gonna
shit,
keep
yeah.
re-releasing it.
Dude, it's been released on I think 20 platforms, 22 platforms re-releases. It's an insane number.
Every day.
My favorite
So,
one
let's
is
see
the
what
fact
they've
that it
got.
was released for a refrigerator.
Yes.
That's the
Oh,
real
here it is,
kicker.
PlayStation VR. Skyrim VR, guys. Look at that dude in the red shirt is me. Hang on. That dude right there. This dude
Yeah,
right
he's not
here.
impressed.
None of these. That guy at the bottom right, though, that dude is so fucking done. He's like, are you serious?
He's like, they said
Like, I showed him
You
here.
need to come here.
Yeah, like I got on a flight. I'm staying at a hotel for this shit.
This guy's trying like, oh fuck, more Skyrim. Look at this guy. He can't believe it. He's like, are they serious? This is a joke, right?
And then there are those two guys throwing themselves on the pyre.
No, dude, Manjeet back here is so mad. He's scowling, dude. He's like, no, I will not buy it again. He's decided no.
That
I've had enough.
goddamn Todd Howard has got us again.
This guy's thinking about it. Like, I do want to play this in VR. But red shirt guy, honestly,
these two Muppets.
Yeah. Is that it? Are we out of games? Actually, we've got another one here. Let's check out that game. Take a look.
That guy looks like a prepubescent Ryan Seacrest.
Oh no.
But what they didn't tell you is that all those people.
We are very proud to show you what the game looks like on Xbox One X.
That's the power of editing right there, dude. That's how I felt inside, and I got to experience it on the screen.
Why are we still here?
We are very proud to show you what the game looks like on Xbox One X.
Xbone One?
Running in 4K.
I'll kick it off. Give us a little taste here. Yeah, so here we are in the open world of Egypt.
Oh,
this is the demo
God.
that we'll be showing on the show floor here at E3.
Look at this
Biopic
shitty
is riding
monitor
into the Fayoum,
outside in the
region
sun,
in the
guys.
most southernmost region. It's a beautiful
What a
area.
demo.
You see, we've come in from the desert. It's sunny on the lake and it's sunny on the monitor here, but folks, this looks really good. It's running on
I hope
Xbox
someone
One
was
X.
fired over this whole kit and caboodle.
Gaming show.
No, they were promoted.
What, promoted to be the fucking suck boy that lives under his desk?
When we go back to 2015, you'll see this was actually, this deproved.
We have our own booth here at E3. Oh.
The greatest thing that ever happened was Devolver Digital's E3, where they had the show where they killed everyone on stage.
Million viewers of esports around the world.
Hell yeah.
That guy's a salesman. They always look like
The
that.
Grand Slam winner. $1 million. All right.
Wow. No one gives a
We
shit.
weren't born champions. We're made. Made better.
No!
No! No! Brother, no!
I'll never be able to do that again in my life.
He just disabled a moving truck with a grenade while jumping off a horse. Incredible.
You will play a
Fuck!
game like never before.
He can't make it sound
I can
believable.
guarantee that. I know I sound very cocky, but I can't help it because it's true. Gameplay-wise, it's gonna be crazy. There's gonna be a huge amount
I hate
of
the streamer.
variation.
I hate that streamer that was like,
everything.
I'll never
Not
do that
everything, but a
again!
lot
It's
of
like, yeah,
stuff.
you will.
It's gonna kick ass. It's gonna kick ass.
Oh, wait for this one.
What up, guys? Thank you for having me, EA. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jesse Wellens, and I am a YouTube creator.
I have no idea who the fuck you
So,
are.
I am here.
You presumptuous
to
faggot.
Talk
Look at him.
about Need for Speed. Payback.
He looks like he dates women
If
so
you
he can
guys
have
didn't
sex
know,
with
Need
men.
for Speed Payback. I'm
He's thinking about it right now.
He is.
It's very
Yeah,
distracted.
He's smiling.
I got my boy Marcus, executive producer.
That was his-
Get it out, fag. Jesus Christ.
Seriously, this is his big intro. Like, yo, we got Jesse Wellens, this YouTube creator. He's got a lot of energy. He's going to bring it in for us on that.
I am here
to
talk
bada
about
beep
Need
bop.
for Speed.
See,
Payback.
what had happened was...
If you guys didn't know, Need for
so-
Speed Payback. Yeah, it's a great game. I got my
Can
boy
someone just
Marcus,
pull him
executive
off this?
producer here.
Where's the
He is
crook
the
from
producer
off
of the game.
stage?
Thank you,
Is
Nick.
there
Here he comes.
subtitles for this?
Hey man, thanks Jesse. Some of the technology.
We can try. Hang on.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a great game. I got my boy Marcus, executive producer here. He is the producer of the game. Thank you, Nick, for having. I am here
Okay.
to talk about Need for Speed.
It's like a Black Eyed Peas song.
If you guys didn't know, Need for Speed Payback.
The Fertini Payback.
See, he can't even
Yeah,
get the
it's a great
cocks out of
game.
his mouth long enough to
I got my
enunciate.
boy Marcus, executive
Got my
producer
boy
here.
Marcus.
He is the producer
Executive?
of the game. Thank you, Nick, for having me.
Nick.
Hey man, thanks
Wow,
Jesse.
what an awkward handshake.
Really exciting
Oh, it's actually physically painful.
There's no way this truck's getting away.
Whoa! You know, talking about the AI improvements we made.
Oh, Christ, you guys.
Whoa! You know, talking about the AI improvements we made. So a lot of the fans are asking for tougher AI.
I'm gonna wait up for this guy so I can crash him out. Oh, he's gonna come charging at you. Look out. There we go. There you got him.
I'm gonna wait for this guy.
There's a way for people to play right now, is that right?
Yeah, actually, they can already play.
Oh, that looks horrible. I will kill myself before I do that. What?
And later this year, we are coming to Steam Early Access.
That's awesome.
No.
To do something that put the games in your hands earlier.
Wait, why did you put the short trick before?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it. That really fucking upset me.
This was the greatest thing that ever happened in
masonry
EA.
for a job. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Game content out to consumers.
2 years ago.
Dude, honestly, that's the greatest thing that ever happened in EA was Devolver Digital doing this when they. Did you ever see the whole thing?
Earliest access, and we think it will be a revolutionary way to hastily rush unfinished game content out to consumers.
2 years ago.
The whole thing is so tongue-in-cheek. It's all about how they're just trying to rip everyone off and how they hate you. And then you're a piece of shit, you gamer. Buy our shit. It was so good.
Well, I mean, gay mermaids don't deserve rights.
Much bigger than the previous title. Players who pre-order will get early access.
I feel
to
bad for the
multiplayer
poor
beta
fucking assholes who were
Yoda's
in the
epic
501st and got
lightsaber
hired for that shit.
All right.
Well, a lot of developers and publishers.
Here's the thing.
Bullshit marketing betas.
I know
Oh,
those
God,
poor
this guy.
fuckers didn't get paid. Because the 501st is a charity organization. They're legally not allowed to get paid for appearances like that.
Audience, go! Do a thing!
So those poor fucking stormtroopers and Darth Vader cosplayers had to donate themselves to that.
Wait a second. Sorry. I want to hear what you said again before we go back to that. I want to talk
Yeah,
about
those
this. That's a good
those
point.
poor fucking, like, if you back up a little further, there was a bunch of fucking stormtroopers and like Darth Vaders and stuff standing there on the stage up there with her.
Let's see. If I can get a picture.
Yeah,
There
right
they are.
there. None of those poor fuckers got paid for that.
Not one of them. They had to all donate that time.
Yeah, it's the
501st is a,
501st.
yeah,
I
they're
know
a
some of
charity
these-
organization.
I know
Yeah.
some of these guys.
As
Everyone
far as I
knows a
know, they
501st.
shouldn't have been allowed to be paid for that. Like,
Crazy.
the 501st is supposed to be a completely non-profit charity organization.
I'm sure she got paid though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she definitely got paid. She had to wear those fucking 6-inch stilettos on stage for an hour and a half. Yeah, she got paid.
Nah, that was just for
will get
love.
early
She's
access to
advertising.
multiplayer beta
Hey,
and
I'm all
Yoda's
for it.
epic lightsaber
I'd wear them if I was that hot.
She's
But
advertising
listen,
base minimums.
listen to
Yeah,
this.
same.
They do these kind of bullshit
This guy's such a
marketing
piece of
betas
shit.
Where they're like, oh, it's our beta and the game's out next week. I'm like, that's not really the case. You're not going to be able to fix anything.
Cliff, tell us when it's out.
Can I get a drum roll?
Fucking Cliff.
Audience, go!
Okay, so just that says open access is June 30th. So that's the beta. June 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Thing!
So the game is finally dropping on August 8th on PC and PlayStation 4.
Oh, that's soon.
oh, that's soon. He says, oh, that's soon.
On August 8th on PC and PlayStation 4.
Oh, that's soon.
Fucking Cliff.
None of that $60 multiplayer only bullshit.
What a cock up!
Oh, Cliff sucks.
And if you didn't see it online, Cliff took a bow. Yes, $29.99.
$4.99. You've been playing a lot of Galaxy of Heroes.
I play a ton of Galaxy Heroes. I've played that game every day since it launched. I think I've actually spent about
He's the one guy.
You have a problem.
I do have a problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
man.
it's just, there's just so much Star
You're that
Warsy
guy.
goodness. I can't help it.
The team at Dice and Stock.
I spent $1,000. She's like, oh, fuck
Look at
you.
him.
What?
Look at him. Slackjaw. Like he has to open his mouth so his ears work.
And it looks beautiful.
It really does look.
No, it doesn't.
That was it. What did you guys
It
think?
looks kind of pretty. It plays like AS. Remember when the original Battlefront 2 was way cool?
It was freaking awesome. I
You
love
could
it.
pilot all the robots and the
the game.
Oh, dude, Reggie's the
You
man,
could
though.
drive the fucking
It's not fun.
speeder
why
bike
bother?
up that one tree on Kashyyyk and jump out of the map.
Yes!
Really, really good.
Reggie Fils-Aimé was honestly, that dude was a real one.
Stunning perspectives.
Oh no! 9/11.
9/11.
9/11. 9/11.
People.
9/11.
9/11. You were
Are you
right.
sure
It was
that's
a
got a
Porsche.
Porsche?
9/11.
Yeah.
You were right.
Cool.
It was a
RS.
Porsche.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the announcement car for Forza 7.
Look at it.
I know
It's
because they did
hideous.
this. They did the same thing with the McLaren Senna for Horizon 4, except they switched it, and when they announced Horizon 4 was like that was the first appearance of the Senna.
I mean, somebody
Was
at
it
Microsoft went to Porsche and either talked to Porsche and said, "Listen, we want to do a brand partnership with you." And
Well, Forza's always done that.
Forza is a great thing. And they're like, "Okay, so what should we do for the brand partnership? We want your most powerful car. We just want you to give us one for the stage." Why would you want our most powerful car on the stage? Because this is the most powerful Xbox ever. Like,
No, I
so
think
that phone
that's
call
been,
happened.
Like there's been like a fairly long-standing thing of like them having the cover car from Forza.
That's
at
fine,
E3,
but but the way that this guy said the reason it was here is where I'm like, that phone call.
Ever made. Like the Xbox One X, it's a monster.
Wow, yeah. Holy shit.
It was just there to talk about how fast it is and then compare it to the Xbox and say, yeah, like the Xbox, it's also the fastest road-going engine.
Despite the fact that Porsche has always been and probably will always be like middle of the road as far as sports cars go.
See, you say that, but unfortunately, they have changed the game. Their top end car is faster than everything. There's cars that are 8 times its value that it just smokes. The GT is so goddamn fast, dude. It's ridiculous.
I mean, okay,
the last car,
but
this
like,
car they put out is, oh boy.
Will it smoke a Veyron?
Yes.
Because like to my knowledge, the Veyron
also costs 8 to 9 times
now.
But yeah,
Veyron's so old. It's so old. It's like 2 decades old now.
It is, yeah. It's definitely older. Let me see here.
I always thought that it was funny with Lotuses as well. It's like a sports car for under 40 grand that'll just fucking absolutely rip the guts out of damn near anything on a sharp corner.
Bro.
It's just so precision engineered.
No
I didn't know
joke.
the Porsche had stepped up their game because for ages Porsches were kind of like the joke sports car. It's like, oh yeah, he has a tiny cock and a tiny wallet.
I like the Porsche. The BMWs were kind of that too. They had that kind of a feel to them. But man, I really liked the fact that you can fit into a Porsche as a large guy.
Yeah, man, that's the thing is like
do that
I've
with a lot of
seen the
cars.
inside of a Lamborghini and like I want no
that's
part of that.
uncomfortable.
If I bump into a fucking curb, I'll shatter both my knees. Like no thanks.
Just really quick.
Die in a fiery crash.
You got to see how fast this car is.
I
This
can
is
see,
a
but that's
1,000 horsepower M5 versus the Porsche 911 Turbo S from the factory.
You went really high pitch there. It means you're lying.
Oh wait, no, maybe this is.
Anyway, I'm going to warm up my
Yeah,
tires.
you must listen to my call.
That's what this is. That's the Porsche over there. Okay, so Yanni's driving the Porsche. This is a 1,000 horsepower M5. It's custom made. Like, this dude spent a lot of money to make this. This is the fastest M5 in the world as far as anyone's aware. I think this is the only car that beats it.
So I'm going to go to two-wheel drive.
I think this is the only one. I watched
high pitch there. It means you're
19
lying.
of these. The 911S Turbo S is just fucking...
Let's do some skids.
The thing's a beast. Let's see if I can get to the drag race. Here it is.
I really adore the shell of BMWs. I think they look really nice.
Bro!
Really struggles with traction.
Bro!
Come past him. Oh my god, here he comes.
It's the only car. Like, they beat Formula 1 cars with the 911 Turbo S. The thing is so fast. That BMW is a legend. It's a monster for doing that. Look at this. You've got an M5, a Porsche. You have a M5, an Audi RS3, and the 911 Turbo S, right?
On the board. That's the only way I know is revving it because I can't hear anything. Okay, let's do it.
Buying a new.
I never think of Audis when I think of like super high performance sports cars.
From Evolve.
Yeah, because they dominate the racing circuits.
Oh, do they? Huh. Yeah. Those Germans, man. Those fucking Germans.
Yeah, the R8 was so fast, they had to keep adding weight to it until one point where they just redesigned the car because it was dominating the prototype classes. Nothing could match the R8 or the R10. No, they built the R10 afterwards. The R8 was the one that was so fast. They kept adding weight, and then they went, okay, and they put an R10 out, and there was a V10, and it was they had the same problem. It was just so goddamn fast.
This is so noisy inside.
Who owns that car that you're driving?
So this car.
All right, so let's jump to the. Here goes.
Change it to 50 Evolve-tuned version of the R8.
All right, there's the Porsche in the middle. Okay.
Also,
Remember, this is a 1,000 horsepower M5 and an 800 horsepower RS3.
What will happen with a different M5 tuned by Evolve with 1,000 horsepower going up against the coupe version of the Turbo S? We're gonna find out. Let's just do it. Come on, let's race.
Oh, and it's a coupe, so it's solid. There's no drop top. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I didn't even have it on the stream. There we go. Sorry, stream. Here comes the actual race.
Right.
Yanni's such a fuck up. He can't ever get these stupid traction controls working. He's a good guy though. He has like a huge like car store and stuff. He's very successful, dude. But it's so funny to watch these videos. Dude, that Turbo S. Oh, he broke it. He broke the M5. Bro, that Audi is quick.
Damn, both of them look quick.
That Audi is quick. Are you serious? Amazing. They're all shocked. I'm shocked, dude. That thing is fucking fast.
I don't know where everyone went.
They broke it. Oh, there you go. So this is a stock Turbo S up against supercars with modifications. And it's hanging, right?
Beating the Porsche.
Dude.
Now I've got to take command.
That Audi is quick.
Yeah, to the Porsche 911 Turbo S.
Yeah, and so the funny thing is those cars are so tuned up that just like this comment says at the top here, this comment says like the thing is this Porsche can do the drag race 20 times, no issues. They absolutely do break these cars. Like every time you watch these races, they break all the tuned up supercars a lot. But the Porsche just runs. All right, well, at least we didn't find the one I was looking for. Like there's every one of these is usually the Porsche Turbo S beating things. There's the Dodge Challenger Demon. It can't even put down horsepower versus it. Like, it's sad how much it smokes it. Here, there you go. There's a Lamborghini Aventador, a Ferrari 812, and the Porsche Turbo 911.
That Lamborghini that Yanni's in is so loud, it deafens me as it goes
Okay, here we go.
Typical.
So what do you think about what these Ferrari and the Lamborghini cost?
Come on,
oh, yeah,
come on now. Come on. Uh-oh.
But they're just racing each other, dude.
Come on. Uh-oh. Come on, get through. Get through. Come on.
The Porsche is way up there on these guys.
Yeah.
Like, they were evenly matched. The Porsche was gone.
It
was like 0.3 ahead.
I actually put my head forward like I was a sprinter to try and get millimeters. I hope I won that. That was close.
So then, what exactly happened?
I will say that Ferrari
Well, the Porsche did the
really
standing
nice.
quarter mile in 10.2 seconds.
So there you go. The
Lambo-
Porsche 911 runs 10.2 quarter mile. That's pretty damn fast when you just buy a car. I think this thing costs like 150, 160.
Easy.
$100,000.
The Lamborghini Aventador's 2 something. The Ferrari
I was
812
gonna
is over
say,
2.
For something that will go a quarter mile in 10 seconds, that is fucking stupid cheap.
2 seconds. The
Out of the
Lamborghini
factory,
Ferrari
yeah. You
both
can
took
buy cars and
10.4
modify
seconds,
them.
Though the finish
But
line freeze
to come
frame.
out of the factory and be that quick is and rely. That Porsche is you could drive that on the road, no problem. It's a beautiful car. Anyway, the Porsche is really
maybe
cool.
you could. Well, I'd wrap that bitch around a
I hope
telephone
you're
pole
reminded
so
today
goddamn
Paul Walker
fast.
yourself?
to be a gamer on
Oh yeah.
That happened in my town. Not that I'm bragging, but it sucked.
He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, he crashed out front of my house.
Bro,
There's
fucking
this show
guy.
on Netflix where they like the whole show is like people with their own custom supercars raced against, or like their own custom cars they've like built out will race against like one rich guy in a supercar. And the first episode of it, the rich guy in the supercar, when they're introducing him, it's like this real close up like e-boy douchebag like video of him shaving his head to the scalp and being like, my name's Eric with a K, the Viking spelling. And then he like proceeds to talk about how he was good friends with Paul Walker and like was the first one on the scene when Paul Walker died.
Oh no. Hey dude, do me a favor. Let's turn off the cameras real quick and you know what time it is.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm ready when you are, brother.
Fire the bow.
Fire in the bowl?
All right. It's a child-friendly stream, mostly. Mostly. Bro, my stream yesterday, I was live when that Texas shooting happened. It sucked.
Dude, okay, so I read about that.
I was like 3 minutes for my segment on gun control.
I was like, shit. Uvalde. That sounds familiar. Can't remember where I'd heard that before. That's where Camille's half-sister lives.
Oh, shit. Oh, is that an independent school district or is that a public school district?
All the public schools are here, independent school districts.
What does that mean? So are they state
like,
run
I
or
went
are they
to
private?
Allen Independent School District. They're state run.
Oh, okay. So they are. So fuck them. They should be responsible for these kids' safety. All right, good.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
100%.
it's like
But,
mad
like, the
little
thing
fucking
is,
kids
like-
again too.
Well, like, Camille's nephew is like 3.
Okay.
Like, he was gonna be in that school.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy in elementary. Like, how does an 18-year-old get on to an elementary school? That was what I was talking about yesterday. That's my main conclusion.
Why is it fucking elementary school? It's like,
homie, everyone
why
wants
was
to
it
talk about
Sandy
everyone.
Hook?
Well, the reason why is easy. Because these are cowards and nothing will happen to you. What are elementary school kids going to do? Attack you?
Yeah.
Come up with a reasonable plan? There's nobody on that campus. The safest place to commit fucking atrocities is in an elementary school and then a church. And that shouldn't be the case. A public school, in my eyes, in my mind, it shouldn't have the potential to get a gun on there and shoot a kid. It shouldn't be possible. They shouldn't have backpacks. They shouldn't have other shit. Provide everything they need at the school. You just gave $40 billion to Ukraine. How about you spend that money and fund our public schools so that kids don't need to have backpacks and they can't get guns into school and shoot people? And if an 18-year-old wants to walk onto an elementary school, don't let him.
Nah, dude. Don't you know? Like, listen to Greg Abbott, dude. We don't need education budget. We need budget for border control.
It's fucked up. Teachers should be paid $150,000 as a base so that it becomes a job people want, and then you have high quality teachers that you can sort through, and it becomes a job where you have high quality candidates that want that job, not only because they care about kids, but because they care about kids and they're good at teaching. And then they don't just work at a couple universities and then get poached by like think tanks. Now you actually have people want to become teachers so that they can earn a decent living and actually contribute to the future of society instead of just ideologues who take the job so that they can indoctrinate the next generation to make themselves feel
like
valid.
150. That's
As
a
a
lot of
base.
fucking money.
It's not
But, like,
anymore, though. It
95.
sounds like a lot.
Yeah, really, it's not.
In real world, it's
With the
not.
level of
If you
inflation
go back
that we
40
have
years,
here, like, that it's, yeah.
if you go back 40
Like-
years, that's 60 grand, maybe. Like, that's
Yeah,
a
like,
very
if you scale it
reasonable
up for
salary.
inflation, that's actually, like, that's basically just a living wage.
Our wages died, and all of the old jobs, they never got the cost of living increase every year because they're not going to give you a 5% raise every year for every job just for being there and existing, even though they should, even though inflation means they should be able to afford that with no hit to their profit. But you have to understand these are accountants who go, okay, they don't think of inflation when it comes to revenue versus profit. It's just, oh, the numbers are lower this year, or the numbers are, look at how big these numbers are. Well, if we give the employees the same cut that we're supposed to, the number will be smaller than we want it to be, and it's look, it's a big number. So they just don't, and they just continue to rape everyone, and then 45 years down the road of that system, you have people paid the same wage for the same job, and then all the new jobs where they're just like, oh, this one came out this year, we didn't have this job before. Well, we better start it at 200 grand, because how else are we going to attract candidates? But if you want to be a restaurant manager, you can work your fucking balls off compared to a software engineer. And everything you do is harder, and you get paid shit.
I've seen pictures already of, I think probably from California, but definitely from the U.S., where it is official you now have to work more than an hour at a minimum wage job to buy a gallon of gas.
Oh, God. Yeah, I paid $6.50 a gallon yesterday for gas.
Yeah. Like a federal minimum wage of $7.50 is a fucking joke. So's 15, honestly. Like that's not
now
a
15. Yeah, 15 would have worked 10 years ago. It's 25 now, and people freak out at that, but it's not crazy. Costco pays their people like 30, and everyone fucking loves Costco. Like it is.
Yeah. Costco's
in
like
Sweden,
the place you want to work because they pay their employees a living wage. They actually take care
the
of the
job's
people
hard
who work there.
because there's less people employed to do the same amount of work because they pay you better. So just work a little harder. You know, it's ridiculous. In California, dude, the wages, honestly, the minimum wage should be at least like 25, 30. And that's like for McDonald's. And I talk to adults that are, it's pure fucking, it's just boomers and the generation before them. They are just angry and they don't want anyone to make money.
Fucking 25 needs to be the federal.
They think,
Even
oh great,
here.
my house is worth $1 million. I bought it for $100,000. It's like, bro, that's inflation, and you have an asset. But they don't think of it like that. They just think I'm smart and made all this money. The next generation just needs to do what I did and work hard and buy a house and wait 30 years. And it's like that doesn't exist anymore in this country because you stole it by not increasing anyone's wages and not having unions and not forcing companies to increase wages. Because everyone that has a union, their wages kept up. Every union worker is like 30 an hour or more because that's what's fucking fair in a society that's the richest on earth. You should be able to pay people who work at McDonald's more than any other country. And then they should be quality employees. And then people go, well, it's supposed to be a starter job. Great. And then move on to an even better job where you work even harder and everyone's a higher quality. Like, why are we complaining about paying employees more to work? It's greed. It's pure greed, and it's also sour grapes. They don't want anyone to get paid more for what they did. And it's not fair because it's not getting paid more. It's just accounting for inflation. But their stupid brain doesn't...
In a country that's so fucking gung-ho about still having slavery, it's weird that we treat our paid employees the way we do, you know?
And I talk to people sometimes that are fully in favor of that system, dude.
You have to pay your slaves. You
No,
have to pay your slave.
There are people who are fully in favor of criminals. I talked to people who say that like they should just give the death penalty to everyone instead of life, and I'm like, I'm fully on board. If you want to give someone life in prison, just kill them, because you should have the balls to then when they come out as innocent, now you have to really like, there's like, I don't know, they take off your foot or something, I don't know, but if you want to do that, because life is torture, but the reason they do it is because they need free workers, and then if you're in jail for life, now you're just a free slave.
Yeah,
so that's all you are, and you get paid what, $1 an hour for commissary, so you can buy milk that enriches the police that sell it.
You have to pay your slaves.
But it's forced labor, and they're not paid even the minimum wage. And servers.
Yeah, they're literally paid something like 12 cents an hour.
How about you pay your servers the minimum wage? And then also let them get tips. This bullshit that like, hey, you get tips, so we're just gonna cut your wages by what we estimate you'll make in tips can go fuck itself. That's completely insane.
Yeah, how that's legal just fucking blows my mind, dude.
No, that one
genuinely blows
everyone's
me away.
mind.
Like, how the fuck is that legal at all? Like,
Greed.
Oh yeah, we're just going to assume that the customers are going to pay extra to you because you did a good job. Yeah. So that means we can cut the already absurdly low minimum wage by like 60% because fuck you.
Yeah, so in California, working in Beverly Hills, you'll get paid $6 an hour to wait tables at a restaurant where people have an average salary of $550,000 a year, if not $10 million in assets or more. And every car is worth more than your 2 years of your salary. based on your earnings, it's worth more than 4 of them if you don't count tips. That's not an acceptable policy in the richest country in the world. And the attitude that they need to, quote, pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
What bootstraps? They can't afford the boots, bro.
Why do you want your children to suffer the experience that like illegal immigrants have to suffer because they came here illegally? Like, you should want more for your kids. You should want more opportunity. You should want them to have the benefits of everything that society provides, not they should struggle just like I did. Like, I get it. Children should struggle and that there's effort. There's other things in life that are hard to do. It's not just like football.
I think the thing is, like,
effort
their
is fine.
view of the level of struggle required has been warped because at this point, with the country that they have created through their struggle, and then them reaping the rewards from the struggle that they had to go through for so fucking long, like they've been collecting off that for so long.
Yeah.
That just the baseline level of effort required to do the same things that they did is like unattainable.
Yeah, and they don't want to see it because to them, it's just the number in their head and they don't count that, yeah, that was 50 years ago, you old fuck. Like, yeah, you got paid for $4 an hour to serve burgers. You know what that's worth now? You were getting paid $30 an hour to serve burgers. I would also do that. Are you like,
yeah,
anyone would. That's a dope job. And then you'd be happy. And then when you're done flipping burgers, you go home and enjoy your life. You don't go, oh shit, I don't have any money. I need to get a better job. Why do you want the people making your food to hate their life? I just don't understand that attitude.
It would be super cool if my summer job for 4 years at college was enough for me to put away the $40,000 I needed to buy a house outright.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice. But like, that shit ain't happened no more, man.
Dude, cars, like a Corvette was like $3,500. And you could just buy it, and insurance was nothing. It wasn't a scam ripping everyone off. It was just insurance. And then it became, everything is such greed, and it's all because nobody stands up. Like, we haven't had a president that goes, hey, this debate about minimum wage is dumb because that's a dumb number. The number should be 25 or 30. That's the number we should talk about. And if you want to negotiate something, we'll start there. Because 15, that was 30 years ago, that would have been a living wage. Let's look at what the cost of living in these places are. When you look at all the graphs that show that everyone in Oakland has to commute to work in San Francisco because not a single person that works in the service industry can afford to live where they fucking work. And it's just this huge problem of pricing everyone that works in a place out of living in the place, so that the rich people can take more.
That's so fucking evil. That's so evil.
And it's just so that they can have more.
Dude, that's unchristian. So in Renaissance Hungary, they had this big debate where like a big portion of the population were refugees that had come off of this steppe generation by generation. So when Muslims were being pushed out of the Balkans, they're like, well, we can't turn them away. That's unchristian. It's like, how can these people work and live and eat at our table. How can we turn them away? Like,
being an actual Christian is super hard. I think there's probably 10 people on earth pull that off.
It's not. Being a real Christian is not, because it's just like, don't turn people away unless they give you a really fucking good reason. Don't talk shit. That's it. That's pretty much it. Don't talk shit.
Those come from the central tenet, though. The central tenet of Christianity is that everyone is you. That your neighbor is just yourself. And so you should treat your neighbor the exact way you... Because that's Christ. That's Christianity. That's what it is.
Yeah.
In that if you would never do anything to another person you wouldn't do to yourself as the only rule. Like, Jesus got abused a bunch. He never lashed out for it. He lashed out at the money changers because that was his goal. He was anti-bank. Jesus was the first not anti-central banker, and they fucking assassinated him for it right away. Look, it's just like JFK, okay? Jesus and JFK are really close. Because they both took on the central bank and got crucified for it.
Both took on the central bank. Both got crucified for it. Both massively addicted to painkillers.
Yep. And
both banged Marilyn Monroe countless times.
I mean, come on. If Jesus is Jesus, you know he fucked Marilyn Monroe at
only
least
banged
once.
Marilyn Monroe once.
Bobby was probably in that a lot.
Because she said that he was a fucking early starter, if you know what I mean.
Bro, I would, dude, he fucked everybody he wanted to have sex with. That was the good old days of being a president or being famous. Like, can you imagine
No,
if
it was
basketball
the
players
good
in
old
the
days
70s
of
and
being
80s?
JFK. That man was made of pure charisma.
Basketball players in like the 80s, they cleaned up. If everyone had these stupid cell phone cameras, these guys all would have been busted and they would have been so much trouble. I mean, remember, Trump was grabbing people by the pussy in the 80s. In the 90s. He probably did it in the 2000s too. As long as he hosted that pageant, I'm sure that was his like greeting. And it was just as it's a very Chad douche level thing of like, hey, I want to have sex with you.
I'm Donald.
Honestly,
Let me
it's
shake
just
your
I don't
pussy.
have time for anything. He said, hey, I want to have sex with you. Are you interested? And if they're not, he just moves on because I'm Donald Trump, but I'm a narcissist and I'm that important of a specific person. And my time is so important. Like a lot of people are like that at that level. I'm not even saying I'm not judging him for it. I am. But
it's just wild to me how you can get to that point as a human.
That
person.
came from the 80s and the 70s and a lot of cocaine of just walking up and grabbing a girl by the pussy because that was after the 60s with the sexual liberation and everything and birth control. So that was a wild ass time, dude. The 70s probably
I don't know.
dope for like white people.
I really feel like
I know black people
of,
struggled and like there was a lot that needed to get done.
A lot of people like that, like a lot of rich people like that, really ought to be like just surprise dosed with like a shitload of acid.
Everyone should have to do mushrooms at least twice before they're allowed to become a senator or congressman or anything higher. Like,
dude,
you have to have
before you're allowed to leave high school. Before you're allowed to leave high school,
Truthfully, it should be a college experience. I would be with you that universities should have a psychedelic programs that if you wanted to experience that in a safe environment with people who are experts, that you should be allowed to. Why not?
I always feel like in a perfect world that would be like
I never
a
thought about that
family
before. That's actually
experience.
really well. It is in a perfect world if you look at like cultures that were just nomadic and just kind of hung out and lived with the planet.
Well, even
a lot
like,
of times they had
the
ceremonies that were
Norse.
like that.
The Norse were really big into the idea of like the father and the son and the mother and the daughters would experience these things. It's like here's the edge of life. Everything back from here is chill as long as you're not a dick about it. Here you go, have fun.
When you
Here's
get
the play
really
zone.
fucked up on psychedelics, it brings you to that point where you just it strips away all the ego and all the bullshit that we build up in our lives. It's like Fight Club it's like
dude,
the Fight
it's
Club experience but in
100%
life.
Like
you strip
it's
it all
so
away and
nice
see
getting
what
that
matters.
experience of like I am this train of thought piloting a whole bag of meat.
And you can
Like-
be anything you want, and why are you the things that you don't like? And like just change those things about yourself and like be the person you want to be. It only takes 2 weeks to develop a habit. You want to change your voice? Just start talking different for 2 weeks. You want to walk different for 2 weeks. Like it might fuck up your back because your gait's different, but you know what I mean? Like life is short and there's no proof there's anything after. Like go nuts. But then these guys spend their time being greedy and then building these systems where they just take and they force out all their, like when you look at the masks, dude, all the rich people not wearing masks while all their servants had to wear them is the ultimate example of where we've reached, where there's like a servant class and it's like, nah, peasant, you need to wear the fucking mask, but I'm rich, I don't get sick. I'm too rich for it. I ever since they cured what's his face, Magic Johnson's AIDS with just pure cash infusions. Then he disappeared. He knew better. He's like, I'm gonna keep my fucking mouth shut. I'm out. Like, I don't know if he became a vampire or what, but something happened, and he's like, dope. I beat AIDS. I'm just gonna go live my life and not piss anyone off. I don't like.
Maybe
honestly,
he's a
Magic
vampire.
Johnson's. Maybe that's what happened. I never thought of it till now. Maybe he's a vampire. It could be
Man,
possible.
you know who really
I'm
disappointed
gonna go
me
smoke a cigarette. I'll be back.
Yeah, go for it. You know who really disappointed me when I found out like anything about him as a person was
What?
Steve Harvey.
Oh yeah, he's kind of a bummer.
He's a real piece of shit. That Steve Harvey.
Yeah, it's very judgmental, very egotistical, very narcissistic.
It's like I was like, wow, that's Steve Harvey. He dresses well, and I like Family Feud. And then I watched literally, I just looked at Steve Harvey on YouTube. And the first fucking video is like a 10-minute compilation of interviews with him where he's like, yeah, women are not as good as men.
If you don't have
Like,
a Bible, you'll
objectively-
just chill and rape, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, right? Like, what? the fuck are you talking about, man?
Were you raised by wolves, Steve? Like, did you discover the Bible? What the fuck? And it changed. Like, it's weird. That's that kind of. I don't jive with that mindset of like morals and everything.
Yeah, like I don't understand how people can make like the literal doctrine of a religion that huge and integral part of their life. Like that just doesn't. I don't get it. I mean, I guess I can kind of understand because like I'm a very spiritual person and that like plays a large part of my life. But there's also like a large part of me that can just accept that that's probably mental illness. Like not quite obsessive compulsive, but like almost. Like there are patterns to everything, and if I don't follow them, catastrophe will befall me. But like, you know, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like it's not like I have to turn the light switch on and off 3 times every time I come into the room. But also like you know.
Oh my gosh. Look at this guy. Look at the way he's standing.
4K bananas. 4K UHD Blu-ray.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Major reveals.
Oh god, this guy Bobby Kotick is such a criminal, bro. Bobby Kotick is the reason everything sucks in gaming now. Like this is the main culprit right here. They in like 2007 discovered they were making $1 billion on FIFA Ultimate Team because people wanted to buy players and open packs to try to get like a high version of a player, and they're like, whoa, we can rip people off like Magic the Gathering, but better because like they can even get the rare and it's a shitty version of the rare. Oh my god. Oh my god. And then they were making like $1 billion just free cash. Like it had nothing to do with anything they did, no work, and it was just coming in.
I'm really telling you, Wizards of the Coast figured it the fuck out early.
Oh yeah, they've been ripping people off professionally since the inception of that company.
Like, oh hey, you want several pieces of cardboard? How about you give me like half your paycheck?
Do you see what these commander decks cost? They teamed up with Games Workshop to rip everyone off. It's like they've even gone up. Remember they were $41 a piece now? They're like $60 a piece now. And they're not even out till August. These are pre-orders. That's how expensive they are, and that's how in demand and how low the supply is that all the pre-orders are going up in price. And you're allowed to do it now. I don't know what happened, but through the coronavirus, everyone just realized, fuck it, we're just going to we're going to rip everyone off. And price gouging became the norm. And there's no longer any sort of like, oh, this is MSRP. They're like, no, that's a stupid number. What can I get for this right now? And you go to a store and they have Pokemon cards priced at like $30 a pack. You're like, aren't they supposed to be $4.99? It's like, yeah, but what they're selling for on the secondary market. And it's like, do I fucking care?
Yeah, but have you checked eBay? And it's like, what?
So just sell them on eBay then. Don't make it my problem when I come into your game store that I got to pay the eBay prices. Fucking sell them on eBay.
Yeah, for real.
I've never understood that mindset. Well, you know, we don't like to use eBay and we appreciate you purchasing a store. It's like, you don't, because you're pricing me like I'm an asshole. I could buy this on Amazon and go nowhere. I can stay home and not wear pants. Like, already a much better experience.
But, oh my God, Fred. Terrible. I'm so glad you did not choose to do so.
Oh, dude, Fred, that would have been... Ooh, that would have been...
Ooh, friendship ended with Frederick.
Yeah,
far
for
too
real,
rowdy.
Oh, dude, that would have been cool for the internal knowledge that he would have. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that was John's
classic
big struggle.
GW.
A lot of guys I talk to that play MechWarrior Online, because everyone that used to work for GW plays MechWarrior Online for some reason. They all say that. They're all like, yeah, they pushed everyone out that was just a fan, and it just became this greedy corporate bullshit. The Bits catalog, that was the death of, like, I think they're bringing it back with these expansions, but man, those were so good. I loved Bits. All right, so let's see. Bobby Kotick here. So what he did is he found that, and then they were like, let's put loot boxes in other games. Let's put let's put like all these greed mechanics into everything, and they started pulling in billions a year of free cash flow. And that's why every game just became Battlefront 2.
Storytelling is where it's at. Whether it's a story that can only be born of a different language, or artistic design and storytelling that in a single moment
Phil Spencer, dude.
capture your imagination and inspire.
And what a play from the Wounded Warrior. She was caught in a trap, but she used superior tactics to get herself out of there.
Oh my god.
Let's move on to here we're following Bloody Marrow. There's only 2 players left in this particular map.
Welcome back. Hello.
Thank you.
It's awesome to have you. But listen, before
dude in the back.
I really wanted you to talk a little bit more about the Grand Slam.
This
I'm
man.
excited about that. I'm a big sports fan. So tennis, golf, rugby, they have the Grand Slam. Now we have it at esports. So with Intel,
Bro, I so badly hope he turns around and just clobbers the fuck out of that man.
Including these guys behind us, the gamers behind us, as you see, that they try and experience the future of VR and esports.
In the clip, you can see the match is fast,
Oh, yeah, I can see
intense,
this.
full of epic saves, and last-minute slams as you try to score a goal in the opposing goal.
Is that the
We
fucking
call it
war game
luckily
from
Echo Arena? And I can tell you seriously, it's the most fun we've ever had in VR.
Wow. Echo
You know.
Arena, I mean, that looks pretty fun.
Yeah,
You
it's
and
a
I are
lot
gonna
of
go
fun.
at it after this. So.
Ender's Game?
Yeah, I think I got a sneak peek. It's obviously really, really.
Oh yeah, it does. Now see, this would be dope if they did a really good job.
You know what, it
Jesus,
reminds
dude,
me
I
of,
would play the
This is where
fuck
it
out of
starts
that.
to get interesting.
It reminds me of the 3-dimensional underwater soccer that they play in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, Blitzball.
9?
In 10.
Yeah, Blitzball 10. That's the one.
It's true. You can.
I'm pretty sure that
play
was
Commander
the
Iden
war game
Versio,
from Ender's
leader
Game.
of the
I
Inferno
would,
Squad
dude, I would
in
play the
Star
fuck
Wars
out of that.
Battlefront
Just
2.
that
I mean,
one
yeah,
single arena.
I would
I'm
capture her
coming up
TIE
with
fighter
someone some Battlefront
and
2.
keep her as a prisoner of war.
So what you're trying to do is strip off the armor from one location.
Pull a Master Chief.
Keep your
Yeah,
hey, look.
basically, yeah. Pull a Master Chief on her.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
It's
That was
BattleTech.
But like not in a Blizzard way. Like I would, it would be like much more like Aziz Ansari, you know.
penetrate.
Wait, I love this guy. That's right. I forgot about the mech sexual. This guy's a mexurosexual.
So what you're trying to do is strip off the armor from one location and then keep your facing to try and penetrate it, get to the juicy bits.
And you keep going at it, you blow that arm off, and they lose those weapons.
And the back is really juicy and tasty too. You get around the back of the battle
Okay, man.
penetrate.
Dude, this guy.
Well, he really trying to smash.
Dude, the back is real juicy and tasty.
Anti-bullying organizations, the Pacer Center, and Ditch the Label.
Why did that hunchback do literally zero fucking damage to that Shadowhawk?
For a little bit of a giver.
What the hell happened there?
Sean is
No
pretty
one knows.
cool, right? But you know what's a little bit cooler? A free PC. This boy is running an i7 7700K
Oh,
processors,
damn.
a lot of 7s in there, and an NVIDIA GTX 1080.
There's no power greater than X.
I think it could run Crysis at max settings. What do you think, Sean?
I think it can, Sonya. And I also think that
Crysis
it can
at
run
max
our
settings.
next
Bro, I don't
Oh,
care if
yeah.
humanity survives another 1,000 years, bro. We are still not gonna have a computer that can run Crysis at max settings. Like, it's just never gonna happen. I'm sorry. Maybe,
Ubisoft, dude.
maybe if
Oh.
the processors in the PS3 had like become mainstream and then we had started iterating off of those, maybe in like 100 years.
They literally celebrated creating the Poopy Soft.
I don't like that.
It
Yeah,
looks
man.
like the
That's
logo, man.
Cool, right?
That thing you showed me? I
Crysis at
don't
max
like that.
settings. What do you
Look
think,
at it. It
Sean?
looks just like the logo.
I think it can, Sonya. Transition.
This guy.
Nitris started this Reddit thread with a keen observation about our new logo. Youthy put out the call to action, and then Frightening Medical Koi delivered, putting in work modeling and printing the Poopy Soft.
And it gives us to do one of the most iconic things in PC gaming, this posture.
Ah, yes.
And I am pretty cool, right?
Sure.
Jesus, thanks, audience.
I'm sure your mum thinks you're very handsome.
I didn't realize you could pinpoint the exact time and date a career died.
Now,
Well,
of course,
actually.
I have some concerns I want to address.
Yeah.
You know, I am embarrassed.
As a matter of fact.
I want to apologize for those. They do not in any way represent who I am.
Oh, that's right. The creator of Last Night went on some crazy ass like racist rant online.
It's not fun.
We've always wondered what could happen if our crazy rabbits were unleashed upon the world of Mario.
Yeah,
Today,
we've always thought that.
That's a question to keep
Always.
up at night.
Bruh, it's the question that's been around since man first started walking upright. I'm telling you. It was, how do I cook meat? And then it was, what if we unleashed our crazy rabbits on the world of Mario?
It's the second thought ever.
Oh,
New IP
Jesus.
is the lifeblood of our industry.
Jesus, no.
Here's the world premiere of Anthem's gameplay.
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything.
Is here. The future of gaming. You can just
I love
feel
a good
it
BioWare
growing and
joke.
growing. You see the immersive capabilities.
Oh, I feel it growing.
Sonia, you're actually in
You
the
paint
middle
us?
of
Keep
the
it in your
game.
pants, mate. We're not at Blizzard.
What do you think?
Oh, that's
Oh
cool.
my goodness. I am hanging out in mixed reality right now, and this is amazing. The first time that anyone is going to be seeing this gameplay.
Bitch,
I'm
what?
going to be getting my ass kicked right now, so I'm wasting no time. I'm getting right back in.
Sonia, that looks that is amazing. So
Oh
it's
my
like you're
goodness.
right in the middle.
Oh
of the
yeah,
game.
she's got the akimbo
We
gats
want to go ahead and
going.
put it right in the middle of the game, and for a professional streamer, this is kind of a brand new experience that you can bring to really bring
Why
that
would you have
immersiveness
this
to all your
camera angle?
followers.
Now, what we know today is that interactive entertainment will change more
No, I don't
in
want
the
to see
next
what she's
5
shooting at.
years
That's fine.
than it has in the last 45.
What's that noise?
Yeah, I hear that as well.
Isn't it
the
this thing?
stream?
What's
Is
the
it-
noise?
All right.
It's like clicking,
Yeah.
snapping.
That was part of that
BB
video.
Rexa and just dance.
No, it's
No,
still
it's
going.
not.
Still here,
It's still going, my dude.
just to suffer.
It's not happening.
No, it's definitely in the stream. It might be my mic, honestly. Hang on.
I don't hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
going.
it's the stream.
So it's coming from the YouTube?
Man, that blondie chick in the middle.
No, just restart the stream on Discord.
Why are we still here?
Oh. Okay, hang on.
Weird, Fred wasn't hearing it.
You know what? I'm not convinced that Fred exists. I'm not sure
Alright.
Fred's even real.
Just to
Fred
suffer.
is real. Real.
Cool.
Nah, he's not in the Discord right now. I have no evidence that he exists.
All right. Woo!
Hey everyone, I'm BB Rexa and just dance.
Why are we still here?
I really appreciate the way that that girl's legs meet her hips.
Every night, I can feel my leg, my arm, even my fingers.
Yes, the journey requires the right ticket. And that ticket is Nintendo Switch.
I'm really looking forward to exploring Skyrim with the Master Sword in hand.
Okay, wait, look. It's
That was
it's
fucking
not over. The
nightmare
show is
fuel.
not over, folks. We're gonna send you back to the home base behind the theater. We have 30 minutes of an exclusive. What is it? I lost it.
2019 was actually worse. But 2015.
At least it was before I fucked everything up.
This is 17, right?
Yeah,
This
this
is still 17?
Incredible.
Incredible.
Jesus.
Dude, if you never saw Devolver Digital at E3 2017, it's one of the greatest. Is it long? No. This is just, it's fucking spectacular, dude. They made fun of every game company. This was like at the height of Greed 2 2017.
Nina Struthers.
Hello.
For those who've never
Thank
seen this
you.
before, this is a treat.
Thank you. Really, you're too much. Yes. Yes. Of course. I know. Yeah. Okay. Okay, already. Can we just... Come on, you are professional journalist. I'd like to thank you for joining me here at the Dave Lang Memorial Convention Center.
Rip Dave Lang.
Thank you. This is our first year of bringing you to the very edge of your seats with the very best of what video, games have to offer. And I am very, very proud to have you here on this very journey with me. Tonight is going to be a special one. I have got a lot to show you. I have got a lot to tell you about, much of which will blow your mind up, some of which will frighten your extended family.
This is such satire. It's such good satire.
Small amount of which will get some of you arrested, possibly even slightly aroused. All of which is designed to subtly convince you to give us your hard-earned money. I hope you are ready, Devolver Digital fans, for the future of video games and the future's future. Tomorrow's unethical business practices today. And with that, check a look.
They show off some of their games.
Nina Struthers.
Well, that was awesome.
Yeah, this is
Am
like
I right?
My Neighbor Pedro and stuff.
I bet you want that game. I bet you want to buy that game. You will buy that game. I believe in you. Buy that motherfucking game. Now, that game isn't available yet. It is nearly complete.
Bro, they
what if I told you
didn't miss
that
once.
You could buy that game right now, this second, before it was even finished. Old news, right? So yesterday, you'd tell me, Nina, early access has been a powerful tool for developers and fans alike for years. You'd tell me that with your dumb little mouth, and I'd knuckle punch you right in your goddamn throat. Because ladies and gentlemen, we have something even better than that. We are calling it Devolver Digital Earliest Access. And we think it will be a revolutionary way to hastily rush unfinished game content out to consumers using a patent application pending breakthrough in the twin sciences of
application
new meson,
pending.
subtemporal phase shift,
He's like, oh yeah,
brain
I'm
manipulation,
excited.
and consumer psycho-commercial analytics. Devolver Digital is now able to release new titles into the marketplace earlier than ever before. How much earlier? We are talking point of
Check
conception.
this out.
A developer thinks an idea, and bam, that shit's available for sale. Sound far-fetched? Wrong. Clamp your gob, you fucking moron. Devolver Digital earliest access titles are already available. Now, let's check in with the developers of our most recent earliest access title and see what they think. Check a look.
Hello, I'm Suda51。今日何喋るんだっけ？え？デボルバー？デボルバーデジタル？知らない。聞いてないよそんな。何それ？全然知らないんだけど。いやもうこっち今忙しいからもう仕事しなきゃいけないからさ。
Attention, due to miscommunication and translation, Devolver Digital and Suda51 will not be working on a Devolver Earliest Access project together.
Back to Nina Struthers.
Wonderful.
Bro.
Simply wonderful.
The earliest access thing is so fucked up because like we're there now, where games are coming out. Oh yeah, you want access to the alpha? No problem, dude. Do you want to help us develop this game? Earth 2 very famously was just like, hey, we're going to release all of our resources, but like, hey, if you don't have the resources you expect to have, let us know. You know, do the work for us. Show us the proof that you should have those things, and we'll hook you up. And it's like, bro, really? And then none of the resources are real. It's NFTs are this. You know what I mean? Like NFTs are this earliest access. It's unbelievable.
Wonderful, wouldn't you say so? Devolver Digital Big Fancy Press Conference 2017 audience? How about you, audience at home? All right, shut up. Now, I have got something that I think is a real kick in the nuts. Margaret,
Dude, if Todd Howard talked like
what
this,
if I
how
told
awesome
you
would it be?
that there was a way for you, the unwashed masses, not only to complain about the games you love, but to complain about them so effectively that it evoked real, actual change. Badass, right?
The baddest.
Shut up, Madge. Now, I will need a member of the audience for this next one.
I forget
You.
why she's covered in
You,
blood.
sir.
There was a reason. Yeah, that was the reason. Oh, they were doing this thing
guy.
where they threw money into the screen.
This guy is
Then he got
you.
his hand in the
Look at
screen.
you. Imagine you are this guy, and you have some proper shit to say about a game you really love, but would totally love it a lot more if it were different. Go ahead. Fire away. Devolver. Comment created content is the next evolution in user created content. It will make changes and modifications in real time by pulling any half-assed comment, recommendation, or criticism directly from the game's own user forums. Wish a game was easier? It already is. Dislike some minor feature? Changed. Done. It's way better now. Want a narrative-based platformer about lost love with 16-player online deathmatch? Fire away, brah! The servers are full of news.
Perfect.
Created content. It is you, the player, who is in control, and it is available now, already on every major forum, message board, and live chat. Give it up, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have shown you here today is only the beginning. Tomorrow's unethical business practices today. The future of video games.
Yes.
The futures. The futures. The futures.
I know this happened to Todd Howard at least once.
You know, man, Todd seems like the type of dude that has got a handle on the demon that he harnessed by now. You know?
He owns his demons.
He knows his real name and everything.
Yeah, like, I think at this point, Todd has probably figured out the true name of the demon that he bargained with for his success. Like, I don't think this level of fuck up is likely to happen. At least not for another couple of years. You know, I think the next Elder Scrolls and maybe the next Fallout get out, and then Todd Howard just comes crashing down. Like, we find out he's behind like a major war or something.
No, Fallout 5, Todd Howard created the war.
They find out that he's actually the #1 supplier of adrenochrome.
No, like, genuinely, I really
his
think
time
like
torturing
it's gonna be
babies
like
and selling
10,
them to pedophiles.
10, 12 years, and then it's gonna come out that like Todd Howard funded Bethesda for 3 years with just like heroin money or
Just
something.
selling children on Wayfair as cabinets.
Yeah, like so some bizarre shit like that. It's gonna come out, and it like, and not like because it is happening then. Like, it's gonna come out 12 years from now. That like the next 3 years, like say 2023 to 2026, he personally funded Bethesda from his own black market heroin deals.
Yeah, he's just like, F it. I'm gonna do this.
But then he stopped
just for
again.
me.
Like he didn't need to. He just did.
And people started buying the game, and he's just like, "Oh, cool. I'll just keep doing cocaine then. This seems to be working." Re-release Skyrim. What platforms are out now?
Yeah, for real.
He's the guy who played what's that game? Game Developer Sim, and just always makes the same game, and for some reason it's 10 out of 10 every time. It's like, sweet, this is easy. Bro, this is one of the guys from Mega 64. That's Shane, I think. Shane Dawson? Is that his name? Dude, the Mega 64 is old
It's
school
not
cast.
Shane. It's not Shane Dawson.
Not Shane Dawson. Okay, I used
That
to
is
hang
not Shandor.
out with the Mega 64
I was
guys
gonna
like
say, my man.
before they got big, like back on the forums when like the Mega 64 was like before, you know what I mean? Like when Mega 60 forums were a thing, like you'd go to a forum for a website and chat there versus like just Discord and all the shit now. Where like the world has moved on from that. It was
Man, I remember being a little
days.
kid and like coming over to my dad's for the weekend when he had me for the weekend, and like watching him like check all the various forums that he was a part of. That's wild. Like that's just like a part of the internet experience that has been completely absent for me.
Yeah. Reddit is
like
not
I
the
have
same.
never had that experience. Yeah, like Reddit is 100% not the same.
I only use Reddit for porn.
And to be fair, like it's not the same even in layout. Like there is
not at
that
all.
specific like message board layout.
Yeah,
that
like BBS.
garbage tier. Like, oh, you want to find this thing? Guess what? It's hidden behind a category that it kind of fits in, and then 3 subcategories under that.
Bro, when people are like, make sure you use the search function before asking a question, it's like, no, fuck you. I'm not going to look
Make
through
sure you set up
86
your
topics.
website to be intuitive, you fucking bitch.
If it's a question people ask often, pin the shit. Don't make me search for it, or I'm just going to ask, and then someone could come in and answer it. That's what the forum is for. I don't really give a shit that you're being inconvenienced from memeing on your forum because someone came here to ask a question about the thing the forum's about. It was such a weird that happened, dude. That was the morph. Is it went from that to like then there was the forum community, and then outsiders were all shunned, and like, oh god, that's where 4chan all came from. Was like all the forum goers went to 4chan. It's much closer to a BBS. It's just anonymous, so it's an anonymous forum. That's all it is versus like Reddit, where it's this thing. It's like a message board. It's like dig.com.
Yeah, Reddit's just for porn, man. Honestly, I'm with you, man. Like
Tumblr used to be for porn, but they fucked that up.
Oh
yeah,
my
but then
god.
they fucked it up.
Yeah.
They really did. They killed the best porn site. I'm still really upset about it.
Yeah, and then all the Tumblrinas came to Twitter and fucked it up, and now Twitter sucks. Except you can see just nudity and just sex on Twitter.
Do you play?
Just play the.
Yeah, but
Albert
like
Einstein
then I
once said,
follow one account too many in the wrong direction, and my timeline is overcome with nothing but close-up pictures of people's asshole.
That's true. They are very close
I'm
up.
not trying to look at that shit in public.
They are very close up, but I'm not sure why.
See, that's why Reddit's good, because Reddit's a different thing.
And right now we're gonna
You,
get right
you
into
just
our
go there
first
and
award
dive
of
in,
the
as
night.
they say.
Today's multiplayer games are
Look
so
at all the
fast,
hyper-close
so
buttholes you want.
adrenaline-filled that many have become
I do
professional
really like
sports.
Reddit for its ability to just let me
Splatoon.
like create a fucking multi-Reddit that's only
Wow, thank you so much. Right now,
fucking all the
character
hyper-specific
in the world
fetish
of
porn that
Uncharted
I
4.
want.
Yep, custom
Yeah.
I wish there was more blood play and biting. There's so little of that.
I
Just
don't,
the internet
but
in
like,
general.
no man, I
Internet in
feel
general.
for you.
You
I'm
and
gonna have to
Fred
start
get along
making
on that.
my own.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna have to start making my own. blood
That's
play
the
porn.
thing. Slide into that opening, dude.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna be fire.
Hey
Bro,
man,
I
maybe
wish
don't
Shaq
slide
would've
into
been
that
awesome.
opening, but like,
This woman
Take the
doesn't have enough
opportunity.
holes.
If you notice, this 2015 is very much just like a Game Awards.
Still a very young esport.
All right, congrats to.
Alright,
this
he
is
is
Game Awards
literally
2015.
twice the height of any of those men. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Does it mean you
Shaq
really
is
do
a
actually feel like
humongous
you're in the movies from playing this
He
game?
is.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Like,
yeah,
right in
totes.
there.
So you're performing later.
Yeah, later.
So what are you gonna perform?
The Empire of Nilfgaard, its armies crossed the Yaruga River
Wait
in
a
the
second,
south.
you don't know I'm dead mouse? Fuck off.
If you look at the sales graphs, you can't always see this noticeable spike.
At the same time as there is incredible tension in the air.
You know, are they going to click on your game?
It's both a threat, I think, to call it the human race.
Game of the month on this website, we've got the Gold Award here or whatever, you'd expect this kind of big spike.
Personal nemesis for Geralt, a threat to Geralt and his loved one.
You know, that is how much you're selling.
So yeah, you know, no one's buying our game. I don't know what her story, but they won't buy it.
Her story.
Wait.
Man, okay. He was talking about fucking
partly a naive, partly that wasn't really.
What was that for writing? That's so fucking insane.
How much?
I've never even heard of that
Best,
story.
okay, best narrative. The title was fucking best narrative, and they gave it to her story over Witcher 3.
Dude, Witcher 3 is a fucking trash fire, and I will die on that hill.
That's fine, but the
Fuck
story
Witcher
is
3.
pretty deep.
No, it is not. No, it is fucking not.
Partly a naive, partly that
Bullshit.
wasn't.
I'm not even talking about anything with Geralt, bro. I'm not talking about anything with the main characters. I'm talking about that entire world is fleshed out, and that there are clans and there are groups and there are motivations and all this shit. I don't care about the main characters even. I didn't fucking play it. I tried to play the Witcher games. They all suck. I played the first one. Yeah. It's interesting. It sucks. The combat sucks. Controls suck. I'm sorry, Witcher players. Witcher 2, never got to try because I never got through the first one. And I was like, well, that's stupid. Oh, no, that's not true. I tried it, and I still had the same broken-ass, busted-ass controls. So did I ever start 3? No. It was the one game I wanted to play of the series. Never got to play it. But I am aware of the story and the background because I spent a couple days on Wikipedia going through all the shit they had established in these games. And I was very surprised.
The reason that I fucking hate The Witcher 3 is because they set up the story is that your kid and your girlfriend have been disappeared, right? They're just fucking gone.
Okay.
And so instead of you
no
go
Siri,
through the first
no
area.
Jennifer.
So you go through the first area and you find a clue for both your Ciri and Yennefer. But instead of going after that, you go to the fucking big city and hang out with Triss Merigold, the woman who used magic to fucking trick me into being her cock puppet while I had amnesia. It pissed me off something absolutely fierce.
Okay.
So I restarted the game and tried to chase down the threads on both Ciri and Yennefer.
Yeah.
Or going to the big city is kind of the one for Ciri. And it's impossible. Hello, stream.
All right. I have to go pick up my car from the mechanic. I just had a couple things done to it. So I'm going to have to get going in a minute here. So we'll have to finish this another time. But we got through the initial Halo videos. So I'm going to end the stream, y'all. Thank you for coming to the stream. If you were here for the stream, we most appreciate it. Frederick, thank you so much for joining us for the chat. Yeah, I'm going to try to do some more of these random like reaction streams to some goofy videos sometimes because there's a lot of stuff on the internet and there's not really a good way to see a lot of it. And so if we can, cultivate some content and then add to it, that'd be nice. And I'll do my best to not just be reposting like, hey, look, it's this dude's video. And if I do that, they'll get credit for it. Those were all Crobcat videos, Crobcat on YouTube. Crobcat, he does a whole ass load of videos. He does really good editing. That's all his thing. So again, thanks so much for coming. Chainsaw Man and all the rest of them say goodbye. And Vegeta sounded better when he had his original voice. That's all I'm gonna say. Cool.